it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be. freedom. Always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. Caught up in this perfection, pay attention, yeah, you never will. 'Cause you depend, so you always will. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. Yo, cheerio. Sorry I'm late. I fell asleep. Woo. I'm blondish. It's in that peroxide red stage. Halfway to blonde. Halfway there. Oh, 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 oh. I just wanna be free. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo. Na 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 na. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Not mad. Yo. Woo. Let's go. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, dude, let's go. Yeah, I fucking fell asleep, boss. So I'm sorry that I am a little bit late. I fell asleep and I woke up very at the sort of like very last minute. All right. Now, dude, today though is pretty crazy. All right. Dude, today is pretty crazy, guys. Today's pretty crazy. How we doing? Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Sumi! Love the hair, let's go! Thank you, Sumi. So yeah, the hair, you may have noticed the hair is a little different. It is like halfway to blonde, all right? I did bleach it today, but it is like, you can't bleach it from dark to white in like one go. So this is like the peroxide blonde in between. That, I'll be honest, I actually may leave it like this for a little bit. I mean, it's going to be this way at least a handful of days until I, until I bleach it again if I go for white. But I may leave it like for a little longer. You know why? I was talking to Jenny. It reminds me of like the peroxide punk. Okay. And that was, those of you who were in LA in the 90s, this was like a pretty popular hair color for the Orange County punks, right? Like the fans of The Offspring and No Doubt and shit like that. They were big on the sort of the peroxide punk, right? The hydrogen peroxide looking bleach jobs. That's what this reminds me of. Does it change hue? Does it pick up some light? Let's go. Let's go. All right. So there's a lot going on today. Dude, there's a lot going on today. And I think, again, this is that political realignment I've been talking about is like, I don't know, I feel like there was some energy of that today. Again, where we had the Democratic primary. So a couple of things happened. We're going to look at New York. New York was like a sweep. Everyone Mamdani endorsed won, including some people that were, pretty anti-democratic establishment. So that is pretty wild, guys. Some DSA candidates won, but it was, in particular, it was some candidates that they tried to destroy for being sort of anti-Zionist, and they in fact were not able to destroy them, which is really big. Again, New York City is like leading the curve. Okay, so there's that, the DSA victories. Then, of course, in South Carolina, it's pretty weird what happened in South Carolina because, guys, you ready for this? Today became obvious that Donald Trump completely fucked over Nancy Mace. Dude, so we're going to look at South Carolina because I think that is pretty funny. Wish it would spread to the rest of the country. Rachel, it will. What's going on in New York, it will spread to the rest of the country. It's just going to take time, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to take time. It will come. It will come as things start rolling out and successes are seen, because you have to realize the word socialism in America, they've been like negatively using the word socialism since I was a kid. Okay. Now, never mind that everything that is good about American government is socialist. Okay. The things people love, like the libraries, the park systems, the police, the fire department. I mean, all of these things are socialist institutions, okay? Right? It's like, I mean, we know this shit is good, and all of the wealthy people get socialism to the tunes of like, the billionaires getting their new stadiums, etc. So it has been badmouth, though, here for people. And so what happens is they threaten you. Oh, like, this is going to happen. All the billionaires are going to leave New York. New York's economy is going to collapse. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And I think what's going to happen is as that stuff doesn't come to pass, people are going to start seeing, okay? It literally just takes time for people to realize that. And
And, you know, a lot of voters, I don't know, dude, I'll be honest. I feel like a lot of the red voters don't even care about the state of the country. They literally are only concerned about gay sex. I mean, from what I'm seeing online, dude, huge amounts of the red voting bloc, all they're concerned about is gay sex. That's it. That's all they ever think about. Dude, that and like transgender genitalia. They literally don't care about anything else. They don't care about the economy. They don't care about having health insurance. They just obsess about gay sex. That's it. Gay sex and wanting Democrats to be gunned down in the streets. Dude, yeah, guns, God, gays. Except it's more like gays, guns, God. Gays, God. It's so weird. It is really, really weird. So we're going to look at that. Then we're going to look at this weird Erika Kirk shit over from the Project Constitution page, which I'm intrigued about. So guys, this is like personal to me, because you know that Erika Kirk has had a lot of instances of being around pedo churches. Okay, Dream City in Arizona, Harvest Church in California. She speaks at these pedo churches, and there's all this shit about her in Romania. So Project Constitution published a video of some young girls that like met Erika Kirk, and then after they met her, they were really uncomfortable with the way she behaved. And so I think that's interesting too, because there's another church called Lakepointe that one of these guys, he blocked me. I posted about him online, I think today or yesterday. But there's this Lakepointe church, they had an essay case with a woman, one of their youth ministers, okay? And so this is really interesting. I want to watch that video from them because, you know, a possibility of like Erika making young people uncomfortable. I think this shit is going to be huge in their efforts to get into high schools and middle schools. Because again, guys, something is very, very weird with these people. Then, of course, there was a bombshell New York Times article about the pool, and the fencing went up. So the pool is you know, Trump's pool story, I think, is spiraling. And then last but not least, we're going to go look at JD Vance and his wife, because, bro, these people are very strange, okay? Dude, that Vance, you've probably seen the clip already where his wife introduces him, and they are so awkward, guys. They are so awkward. Like, what is wrong with these people? Build that wall? Yes, build the wall. Dude, I think we need to build a wall around Texas, right, in the South, and just put all the MAGA in there, boss, right? Let's do it. Let's do let's build a wall around Texas and Tennessee and Oklahoma and all the South there and just unload them. All right, so let's get in there, shall we? That is our little sort of roundup of the day. Oh, yeah, we're going to look at the MLB stuff. Dude, Antifa Frog Team 6. Frog 6 with MAGA and re-education camps. I'm not going to condone that there, boss. I don't want any work camps, right? You know, I don't think that's the way to go, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not really into that weird Nazi shit. I'll take a rain check on that. Dude, I know you're just fucking around, dude. Dude, by the way, just so you know, like, dude, with the MAGA Christianity mental illness, there's no rehabbing that shit, guys. You know, that's like drug addiction. They really have to figure that shit out themselves. Maybe a 12-step, right? Dude, we could have like MA, dude, MAGA Anonymous, a 12-step dedicated to getting people out of MAGA. That could be interesting, right? Dude, your friend concerned about that? See, it's so weird. It's so weird, guys, because the transgender people in sports, like, I don't understand what the freak out is because it's not even occurring. There are so few trans athletes. And what's more is it you know, nobody, I don't know, they get these irrational fears. Like, you know, something gets kicked up in them and then they start thinking that like all the men are just going to fake being trans and they're going to start doing this shit. Right? That's what they're fear of. I mean, it's the same with the bathrooms, dude. They're like convinced that men are going to pretend to be trans to go and use the ladies' room. But it's like, yo, if a dude's going to attack a woman, he's not going to pretend to be transgender to attack the woman. Men literally attack women every fucking day, bro. It is like I posted something. You ready? Let me show you this, guys. This was my post the other day. That right here. Look at this. I said, look at what I said. I said, MAGA keep attacking trans people and immigrants, but the number one danger to women is this right here. And this is so true, okay? Now, who is this guy? This guy is a dude who from Florida who stabbed his girlfriend. She called 911 and she was like yelling while he was killing her, okay? This guy. But right here, this is the most dangerous thing to women in America right now. And it is a white man that she's dating. Okay. Now you could extrapolate it and go outside of the race and just say in general, men that women are dating are the most dangerous thing to them in America. Without a doubt, guys. 3,000 plus women die every year. 35% are the people they're dating and or their boyfriends or husbands. Okay? This is literally their number one danger. The most dangerous thing to a woman is her boyfriend, her husband, the guy who's taking her out to dinner. I mean, it is wild, guys. It is wild. This guy's from Florida. He works at an Air Force base. I think there's a good chance he's MAGA. I'm going to say this as well, guys, that if you look at the men that are killing women, they are almost always Republicans. Almost always. It's just the way it works out. Republican male boyfriends are like a woman's worst nightmare in America. Okay? They don't need to pretend to be trans to sneak into a ladies' room to hurt women. They're literally hurting women right now. Okay? Now, on top of this, I had another tweet go viral the other day, which was this one. Okay? Telling 8-year-old girls to cover up their bodies because men might lust after them is what sexualizing children, right? Not queer people, not Pride Month, the church. Now, this, guys, ties into that Florida man. You know why? You know why, guys? Right? You know why? Because, here you go. Because girls covering up does nothing. Okay? You can go to countries where women cover themselves in gowns from head to toe, and there are still like large numbers of SA. SA is a crime of power. It has nothing to do with sex, okay? It's a crime of power, which means women can cover from head to toe and they're still going to get SA'd. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're covered head to toe or if they're wearing a bikini. Okay? Right? It doesn't matter. Okay? SA is a crime of power. But here's what's interesting is when you do this, okay, when you tell girls as they're growing up, you need to cover up because the men are going to look at you weirdly. What you're telling the girls is you're telling them that men are predators and they're allowed to be predators, and you have to figure out a way to not get preyed upon, okay, by the way you dress or the way you act or making sure you smile like President Trump, flips out because Caitlin Collins doesn't smile enough. That's another one, guys. You need to smile or the predators are going to abuse you, okay? And we see it with Trump. Caitlin Collins won't smile and he's like, you're a pig, you're stupid, you're low IQ, I'm going to abuse you, okay? And it's like, this is the shit we do culturally, guys, where we raise women to subjugate themselves and to behave right in order to not be preyed upon. And that's wrong, okay? The women should be able to do whatever the fuck they want. They should be able to walk down the street in string fucking bikinis without a care in the world, because we should be raising our men to not be predators, okay? Like, forget what the women are doing. Let's start raising men to not be predators. Let's stop electing predator presidents, okay? Let's stop electing rapists, into the presidency. Let's stop appointing rapists like Pete Hegseth to head the Department of War, or putting rapists like Brett Kavanaugh and Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court, okay? Those are facts, guys. All right, those are really big factual things that we're doing it wrong. Okay? We're doing it wrong, guys. We're doing it wrong. Okay? And yes, dude, the thing about it is even when a man sees a woman who is attractive, and this is for the men as well, right? If you see a woman who's like attractive and looks great in the outfit, you can leave it alone, okay? You don't have to follow her around and gawk at her or stare at her or chart your path so you end up in front of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually just leave it alone and focus on something else and go on about your day, right? You don't have to acknowledge and talk to and interrupt and cross paths with every beautiful girl or that you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do better. All right? Dude, we can do better. All right, let's see. Tony said, dude, greetings, Team Punks. House of the Dragon is fire. Episode 1 heat. You got to check out the David murder essay case. Murder's father lawyer for Epstein. All right, dude, did you put a link to it in chat? We'll fucking check that shit out. But yeah, dude, that shit is crazy, right? It is crazy. Game of Thrones pissed you off with the constant rape scenes. Guys, you know, the love scene, the grape scene, that kind of shit. Like, there's been a long history of things just being inserted into things sometimes for no reason whatsoever. I mean, sometimes things are put in there to create an effect. Okay. Sometimes those scenes can be put in an effective way. If you're making something about something very intense, that shit is useful sometimes, but a lot of times, guys, it's literally just gratuitous. Okay. You know what I mean? I mean, it depends. It depends. You know, it can go both ways. But one thing I do like now, though, is now in Hollywood post Me Too. They have things called intimacy coordinators. And this shit is really good, guys. This is actually a really good thing that came of the Me Too movement, because it's pretty notorious in Hollywood for, you know, directors and or writers or writer, director, actors to create scenes that had crazy sex scenes in them. And then the woman would just be like on her own. They may rewrite it that day on the set and change it. And all of a sudden she's pressured to do shit she didn't want to do. And so now they actually have intimacy coordinators. So anytime there's a love scene on set, there is a person whose job is to protect the woman in the scene. That's their job, to protect the actors in those vulnerable moments, to make sure the director's not rewriting it, changing it, having them do things they don't want to do. They have a whole job that is, you know, that is required on union sets. And it's really amazing. It is really amazing because now women can go on set and they can do love scenes and they know that like they're not alone. Okay, they're not vulnerable anymore. It's really amazing. It's one of the great changes of the post Me Too world, because that was a real problem. It's still a problem in independent film. Okay, it is. Independent film, it's pretty bad, especially when you look at the independent writer director. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Writer director, fucking, you know, writer directors will sometimes write things with sex scenes in there, and then they choose the actress, and it can get real dicey. And you're right, it's not just women. It's definitely not just women, right? I tend to focus on the women maybe too much, right? Because feels so much more prevalent. But it is a gender neutral problem, okay, where people being taken advantage of in vulnerable positions. It's just really common, you know. And in fact, that's what's really interesting. Let's transition into the Lakepointe church guy, okay? Because look at this. Okay, this guy right here. Okay, let's look at Josh Howerton. Okay? Let's look at Josh Howerton here, all right? Because this guy, Josh Howerton, responded to Josh Hawley's fucking MLB thing, which we're going to look at, because this right here, Josh Hawley is lying on this fucking thing, but we'll go there. Again, the Republicans don't have a platform right now. Their only platform is attacking LGBTQ people. And it's Pride Month. But look at what Josh Howerton says. Josh Howerton says things like this matter because they change the cultural conditions we hand our children, grandchildren, and future church. Okay? Now, here's the problem, guys. The problem is if you look at Josh Howerton, he blocked me. Okay? But if you look at this guy, he is part of a church called Lakepointe Church, okay? And he blocked me. And here is Josh Howerton's little whatever spiel.
Guys, we've got momentum on the field as Christians in our culture for the first time in a long time. Right now, it needs to be all gas, no brakes. For the professional athletes that listen to this thing, I'm going to strongly encourage you, find it in your way, in your voice. Refuse to bend your knee to the mob.
See, basically what this idiot is doing is he's encouraging Christian athletes to be anti-gay in public and to encourage them to be anti-gay so they can create some sort of rollback of gay rights. Okay? We get it. We're not going to watch his shit because it's bullshit. But you know what else is funny about Lakepointe? Okay? Look at this. Look at what's up with Lakepointe Church, though. All right? right? Dude, why is the fucking AI fucking not bringing it up? Oh my God, dude. Dude, I hate the AI, boss. Right? Look at this. Here it is. Okay? 𝗙𝗫𝗓𝗏, Lakepointe Church volunteer arrested. Now, this one is intriguing, okay, because it's a woman. Dude, yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, the AI is used to suppress information. You cannot convince me of that. That AI, the worst thing about AI is that it is damaging when searching for information, okay? But look at this woman, okay? 𝗙𝗫𝗓𝗏. This is Lakepointe Church. That is Josh Howerton's church, okay? Hold on. Let's see. I want to get Josh Howerton back in here. All right, we're going to go back to his plan. Again, this guy blocked me, okay? So here we go. There's our pastor, but there's his church. His church has an essay where a 44-year-old youth ministry worker, okay, she was a volunteer youth minister worker, and at 2 counts of aggravated essay on a child and 2 counts of indecency, okay? She provided alcohol to a 13-year-old boy and essayed him. She was working for Lakepointe Church, guys. Again, right? What are we doing? These are the people that are running around, okay? These are the people that are running around. Oh, we got to stamp out the gay. Like, yo, homie, bro, like, come on, dude. You're the demon, okay? And what a cliche with this Bass Pro Shop. He's probably drinking whatever Black Rebel coffee or whatever the fuck, right? This guy, it is just fucking redonkulous what's going on, okay? The amount of abuse coming from these people is insane, okay? Insane. They are consistently filled with abusers of all stripes. You have male predators abusing kids. You have female predators abusing kids. Of course, the Catholic Church was like rampant. It is like a significant problem. Okay. And again, though, right? They block the truth. Okay. This guy blocks the truth. This guy can't handle the truth, boss. But he can't block me from, quote tweeting his ass and putting it out there. But this right here, guys, is crazy. Every single church that goes off on gay rights, every single church and every single branch of church that makes a concerted effort to thwart gay rights, every single one of them are child predators. Every single one. It is the child predator churches that are leading the battle against LGBTQ people. That is so bizarre, right? I mean, I guess it's the ultimate projection. Black Rifle, thank you. I forgot, I called him Black Rebel, but Black Rifle, right? Isn't that wild? Dude, they're the demons. They are the demons. Now, we're going to look at Josh Hawley and the MLB later, but I want to jump over while we're talking about this, and particularly while we talk about a woman abuser for Lakepointe, I want to go talk about Erika Kirk, guys. Hold on. First, I got to deal with this back scratch. I want to talk about Erika Kirk. Let me see if I have it pulled up. I don't. All right, so dude, it is crazy. I have it bookmarked though. All right. All right, here it is. This is wild, guys. Okay? Again. Oh. You like the new hair? Here, let me get dance party goal going while I take care of this back issue. All right? I'm having a back issue, guys. An itchy back. Let's get it. You ready? You ready to dance with the new hair? Peroxide dance on the pine box. Let's go. Oh. Let's get it. Dude, I can't wait for it to be white. Oh. Oh. All right. Dude, get it. All right, so look at this. Guys, this is the first. Again, I have not watched this video, so I'm going to give you a disclaimer. We may watch this video, and this video may turn out to be bunk, okay? I haven't watched it, but here's the claim, okay? This video is from 2 high school girls that are part of TPUSA's new rebranded Club America program. That is the program that's going into high schools with Erika Kirk and TPUSA. Dude, Dark Woke Nate, let's go! What are Paula's takes on the DSA? Dude, Paula loves the DSA.
Hey!
So there were some high school girls that were invited to TPUSA's Las Vegas headquarters, this new headquarters where Erika gave a speech. While they were outside near the food truck, Mike McCoy noticed them and brought them to meet Erika. Okay? The girls said Erika immediately grabbed them both and pulled them into tight, long, extremely long bear hugs. One of the girls said she was shocked, started crying. Her whole body was shaking while Erika was squeezing her. She said it just felt really like overwhelming and intense. Okay? Then Erika signed their shirts, kept complimenting them, told them how cute their shirts were. And one of the girls called her mom afterwards. Okay? And so this is really weird because there are already allegations about Erika Kirk like being weirdly sexual with young girls, okay? With one of her best friend's daughter being inappropriate with her best friend's daughter. And now that girl works for her and there have been some instances of her online being weird. We, of course, know that there has been some hubbub about her being, into same-sex relationships, which again would be the least surprising thing out there. But so let's watch a little of this video and see what's going on. Again, these are girls from Las Vegas, and I have not watched the video. We may be walking into Geraldo's vault here, but here's what I do know. What is accurate is, like I said, Erika Kirk has a long-standing relationship with multiple SA churches, okay? Dream City, Harvest. I would not be surprised if she is connected to Lakepointe. Hold on, let me see here. So Lakepointe. I mean, they do prayer sessions for Erika. I don't think she's spoken there yet. All right. So she has not spoken there yet, but right? But they do, like, Lakepointe has a long-standing, like, they have a long-standing, like, prayer session, etc. Like, Lakepointe Church fully supports Erika Kirk, but she has not spoken there yet. Okay, now let's see this video.
She just grabs me and gives me, I was so shocked that, like, I had one arm wrapped around, she had both arms wrapped around me so tight, squeezing so tight. She just grabs me and gives me, I was so shocked that, like, I had one arm wrapped around, she had both arms wrapped around me so tight, squeezing so tight. I'm genuinely, like, just start crying. I just start crying.
I started crying. My whole body is shaking. She's grasping me so hard because my whole body
is shaking.
My whole body is shaking.
Dude, why is he do the slow motion? Okay, like, that is so annoying, dude. Dude, I fucking hate these like shock people. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need the fucking slow motion repeat. They're so over. Dude, that just bothers me, dude. It's so annoying. It's like bad filmmaking, you know.
Grasping me so hard because my whole body
is shaking.
Yeah, we got it there.
Hey guys, it's Kylie
and Erika,
and welcome to our YouTube channel. So for our first video, we thought it'd be a great idea to talk about the story time on how we met Erika Kirk.
Nevada, and this is a huge milestone. This is something that Tyler, Charlie, his team, myself included, because I inherited a lot of the prayer requests in the family. This has been a huge answer to prayer, and we're
walking out.
Okay, so let me pause here for a sec. First off, the reason why the person using this video blurred their faces is because they're young. Okay, so that's why, because he's putting this video out to a much wider audience. Okay, so he is, like, respecting their youth. They are young, guys. These are young girls. Okay, they're part of Club America means they're high school. So my guess is they're probably 9th graders. Okay. They're probably 9th graders. Okay. And you can tell by the energy and the age. Now, what is significant about this, though, guys, is that this is the #1 change that has happened with TPUSA post Charlie Kirk. Okay, Erika Kirk has moved TPUSA from colleges where Charlie was. Charlie was college. Okay, he went to colleges and debated and talked, etc. But he was dealing with adults. Okay, Erika Kirk has taken TPUSA and she has pivoted it to high schools. Okay, so high schools, 9th through 12th grade. That means you're getting like 14-year-olds, okay, 15-year-olds. They want to get into middle schools as well. And they rebranded. They're not even called TPUSA anymore. They are called Club America. And what's more, if you look at the Club America stuff, they don't talk about religion, guys. Okay, this is where it gets even weirder. Okay, because when you look at Club America, okay, if you look at Club America, look at what they say. Watch this. This is what's so weird. It's Club America powered by TPUSA. But look at what they say here. Okay? They say the leading youth movement for freedom-loving American values. But the one thing they don't do, guys, they don't mention religion anywhere. Okay? They don't mention religion. They mention flags, American flag. They mention patriotism. Okay? And none of their stuff talks about religion. It says embrace patriotism. So what Erika Kirk has done is she has taken her deeply Zionist religious organization and all of her connections to pedo churches, and she has rebranded TPUSA to be a thing about patriotism called Club America. But then when they go in there, they're filled with their religious shit and all of their weird pedo abuses. Okay? That is what's so creepy. They're hiding it now. They're hiding it. Oh, we're going to put an American flag in the classroom. We're patriots, good old America loving values. By the way, we're deeply Catholic, and my name's Erika. Hi, I'm Erika, and I'm with all the pedo churches. Oh, we're going to shove a Bible up your ass and some other things. Shh, don't tell no one, right? It's like, yo, dude. So that is what makes this significant, guys. Because Erika Kirk literally just opened. They're expanding. Okay, they're moving into new states. Those of you who may not know, TPUSA is centered in Arizona, in the Phoenix area, Scottsdale. But now they opened a headquarters in Las Vegas. They have branched out into Nevada. Las Vegas is only a couple hours from Phoenix. Okay. And so they're moving into Vegas, and these girls were invited to a speech at that new center in Vegas. And then they immediately made a YouTube video of like, dude, this is like really weird. Like she was all over us, right? Like she said, the one girl said, I went up and just hugged her with one arm, and Erika was like just holding on to me, right? I mean, that's fucking weird behavior to have this weird woman that is connected to a bunch of pedophile churches now going into high schools and middle schools and like wanting to, go up and be touching all these girls. Now, again, guys, we dismiss this shit because of the women thing. But think about this. Think about if these teen girls went to a TPUSA event and the guy in charge of the event just grabbed them with both hands and was like bear hugging them and holding them while they were crying and trembling. That would be really weird. Well, you know what? It's weird when Erika Kirk does it too, okay? It's weird when women do this shit as well. They don't get special rules, right? It's fucking bizarre. But yeah, let's watch a little.
And Kylie's like, wait, Danica, stop.
Because like Danica was like
I was
over
on
here.
a mission. Like I was getting.
I was right here. Erika was right there.
She's
and
like,
I saw her,
stop.
and then I was like, Danica.
And I was like,
And then we were like, oh my god.
So,
mind you, I was dropping my water bottle left and right.
Mind you, Kylie threw her water bottle at Erika's security guard. So.
On accident. Anyway.
Dude, they're so young, okay? They're so young. Like these girls should not be hanging out with Erika Kirk, okay? These girls should not be hanging out with adult TPUSA members that are like working for, church super PACs. It's just really weird to think that like these girls are being invited to speeches and shit.
So, I remember there was this guy who's like very young, and I guess Charlie was like his mentor, and his speech was honestly like one of the best of the night. And I remembered that, and I saw him, and this is when like Erika was taking we finessed this like on another level. And so I was like, excuse me, like, did you speak at Charlie's memorial? Like, I was there, and I think I like remember you. And then he was like, yeah. And then I was like, I really loved like your speech. Like, it was very moving, and like you're so young and your words were so like impactful, something like that. And then he was like, really? Like, I'm glad. Like, I really just threw it together like really fast. Anyway, the photo was ending, and then he was like, wait, what are like your guys' names? And then we said our names at the exact same time, and then he was like, wait, one at a time. And then he was like Danica and Kylie, and I was like, yeah. So he was like, Erika, like, they want to take a photo with you.
So he was like, this is Danica and Kylie. Immediately, we just like look at each other and she just grabs me and gives me. I was so shocked that like I had one arm wrapped around. She had both arms wrapped around me so tight, squeezing so tight. She just grabs me and gives me. I was so shocked.
Dude, the fucking slow-mo shit kills me. Now somebody said, where are the parents? And like, I mean, for you to, I feel like, I don't want to rag on you for saying that, but for you to say, where are the parents? You don't seem to understand how these church-going people operate, okay? Robert Morris, Trump's spiritual advisor who just went to jail for essaying, the girl's parents, like, put their daughter with the preacher, okay? These parents encourage their kids to get involved with this stuff because they believe in their minds that these people are people of God and so therefore have access to our kids. I mean, it's bad, okay? Because the parents are as whacked out as the abusers are, where they will literally just feed their kids to church groups and they'll drop them off. You know, at a big whatever, a church event. Oh, you're going to hang out with the church group people. They drop you off and the youth advisors come up and are like, yeah, we got him. I mean, it is kind of like hardwired into it. They make the assumption that everybody in the church are people of God and they're safe and they're good. And then they basically put their kids in there with it.
Like, I had one arm wrapped around.
Dude, I'm sorry. This slow motion shit is bothering me, dude.
Even people,
All right.
Shaking.
my whole body was shaking. Even people were like, oh my god, like she's shaking. And then I'm like, stop. Because I could tears coming down my eyes.
So then she gives Kylie a hug. We take a picture. Insert photo.
Into photos, like
All of the photos. There's gonna be.
So there's the photo of them, dude. But the thing though, you ready? You ready, guys? Here's the thing that's fucking weird about this that we got to pay attention to, because there's their photo. Okay, again, their faces are like blurred out. There they are with Erika, whatever. But did you hear the description of what happened with these girls? How this occurred? Because these two 14-year-old-ish girls, right? They go to this speech where Erika Kirk is speaking at the TPUSA headquarters in Vegas. They see Mike McCoy, who is one of Charlie Kirk's like former right-hand men. Okay, Mike McCoy is one of the guys that Candace is always talking about, and he's very suspicious. So they see Mike McCoy and they're like, hey, didn't you speak at Charlie's memorial? Like, your speech was so moving. You have like 14-year-olds going up to an adult man saying, oh, your speech was so moving, like they're trying to pick up a rock star. And then that Mike McCoy guy is like, oh, let me bring you in to see Erika, right? And next thing you know, he's ushering young women to Erika, where she's like bear hugging them and gripping onto them for dear life and taking photos with them. This is some weird behavior, okay? There is like... I mean, as somebody here, okay, I was somebody who was a gaming influencer, all right? And so I used to go out and I used to get recognized by young people, okay? I used to get recognized by young people a lot. And you would take photos with them, kids would come up with their parents and shit. But one of the first things that you learn, or for me, that was natural, being an adult influencer with kid fan base. I used to do this with rock and roll back when I was, playing music to like 18-year-olds. I was in your 30s. You have to keep a barrier between you and your fans where like your fans don't become like your friends, right? Because it's just weird. Adults who are in their 30s shouldn't be friending with, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. There's like a, I don't know, there's like a barrier there that needs to exist. And here, though, that barrier sort of doesn't exist at all, okay? That barrier is like, it seems to be a lot of familiarity and not a lot of boundaries and a lot of like, fame attached to these people and bringing people into the circuit. And what's more, though, is TPUSA itself has a long-standing history of SA problems. Okay, they had Tyler Boyer is well known to have covered up SA allegations internally. They've had a lot of issues at their youth events of like really decadent sexual behavior, alcohol and drugs, all kinds of shit. SA's rampant. TPUSA already had that problem. Erika Kirk has this problem of being connected to all these pedo churches. And again, now they're trying to get involved with nothing but high school kids. Like if Erika Kirk's new rebrand completes itself, all of these TPUSA people, Erika, Mike McCoy, Andrew Colvett, who's in his 40s, all of these people will be exclusively hanging out with like 15-year-olds, guys. That's weird. That's weird, guys. And why are they doing it? To try and like rope them into like Zionist religion. All right. It's awkward, but all right, I'm going to finish this video and we're going to move on. I just think this is really important to put this stuff out there because we need to fight this. Okay. You may hear something about Club America coming into, right? You may hear something about Club America coming to a school in your town. And I think it's really important to mobilize the parents against this movement. Okay. This movement is not where we want to go, guys. It's like getting creepier by the minute.
Displaying while we're talking.
Yeah, so we both have like plastic water bottles. Oh, yeah. I didn't want it to be in my photo.
She throws it at her security guard.
It. I did not know it was just like I meant to like drop it.
And where she threw it.
And I threw it. And Erika was like, sorry, I didn't mean to throw it at your security guard. And then my purse was falling down, so I was like, oh, this is my purse. And then we took the photo. And
then Kylie was like, oh, can you sign our shirts?
Yeah, and I was like polite with it.
Wait, no. Before we even took the picture, she's like, I love your shirts. They're so
yes!
cute. She was like, your shirts are so cute. She was like, your shirts are so cute.
So cute. And I was like, oh my god, look. And she's like, oh, I love it. Like, they're so cute.
Because like the angel wings and stuff. And so like after we took the picture, we're like, oh, can you sign our shirts? Like, we're probably gonna do it like right here. And we're like, where should we do it? And she's like, the angel wings, of course. And I'm like,
because we had a conversation being like, oh, like where should we do it?
Yeah.
And like we were like the back,
yeah.
And she said the back.
And we were like we're on that. So then she signed it. And then she signed in Kylie's. And I'm just like,
dude, they're so young. Like adults from TPUSA should not be hanging out with these girls. They're so young. It's crazy to think that these are the people TPUSA are targeting now, guys. It is like shocking. Dude, Gord, let's go.
Saying that I'm genuinely like just start crying. I just start crying.
I started crying. My whole body is shaking. She's grasping me so hard because my whole body
is shaking. I'm genuinely like
experience. Like
it was crazy. And I was like laughing as she's signing my shirt.
Alright, hold on.
You're crying. Oh my god, you're crying. So then I start laughing. And Kylie just keeps saying like, oh my god, you're crying. Oh my god, you're crying. So then I start laughing. And I was like laughing as she's signing my shirt. It was crazy.
Great experience. Like,
and then we go outside and I just call my mom. Crying. And I'm like, Mom, insert video right after we got back.
Oh my god. And then I called my mom. She was like, oh my god, what happened? Because she thought that the place got shot up.
But mind you, we walk outside and like peep like the snipers and everything. It was like low-key, like crazy.
And mind you, we got outside. We met Erika Kirk, got our In-N-Out, no line.
No, so guys, I think they're obviously like fangirling. Okay, they are like meeting like this famous woman. Okay, they're definitely fangirling, but the point of it is like that's what makes it even creepier. Is Erika Kirk is like walking around like some weird super preacher, like hugging and touching and signing and photographing. And then meanwhile, outside, there's a bunch of snipers on the roof, right? Because, you know, Charlie Kirk got shot. And so Erika Kirk is simultaneously saying, hey, I can't go to the school because there's death threats against me. But then she's going and like, oh, I love your shirt. I love your shirt. You're so cute. Oh, come here, girls. And she's wrapping her arms around like teenage girls while snipers are like training their gun sights on people in the crowd. And it is a little bit of a concerning behavior that we have this grown woman that is out there like grooming teenage kids while also telling everybody her life is being threatened, right? You know what I mean? And this is like the new group of people that they're trying to reel in, okay? Because today it's these girls fangirling on YouTube and oh my God, Erika Kirk loves us. Tomorrow, these girls are being essayed by somebody in the TPUSA, right? In the TPUSA fucking, you know, scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the concern here. The concern here is that Erika Kirk and her cohorts are exhibiting like sort of traditional grooming class sort of behavior. That is like a traditional grooming thing, right? Kids show up, a finder, Mike McCoy, discovers these girls. He takes them to the famous one. Then they're in there and being groomed. And now they're like, oh my God, I'm calling my mom. I'm crying. I'm fangirling so hard. So what happens when they get called in, you know, when Mike McCoy calls these girls up and says, hey, we want you to come to Scottsdale as part of our youth program, our young leadership, you know, young women's program. You know what I mean? And like, dude, this is pretty standard, like weird grooming behavior that shouldn't be happening. Okay. Erika Kirk, that famous woman at the center of the Charlie Kirk shooting shit, she should not be running around America like trying to build relationships and repertoire, like rapport with 15-year-old girls for the purpose of like, you know, spreading her religion and trying to like convince them to become part of this weird youth movement. Okay. That shit is like, it's bizarre behavior.
And we took pictures of her twice, actually. So,
Yeah, we don't have the group photo yet, but when we do,
insert photo.
we will.
But like we were talking to everybody that does like Turning Point.
See, look at that. Look at that photo though, right? There's like all of these girls. This is their new thing. Okay. All of these TPUSA people that are in their 30s and 40s from this organization with a bunch of essay claims are now exclusively targeting, you know, young girls, young boys, right? It's pretty fucking gnarly.
But like we were talking to everybody that does like Turning Point, like all like the like actual like workers, and like we showed them our shirts and they're like, oh my gosh, like they were
Like,
shook.
they couldn't believe it.
They're like, is that real? Justin was like, did she actually sign your shirts? Like,
Yeah, I know that. Like, who
who did that?
Yeah.
Who did that? It says like, what does it say? God bless you, part Erika Kirk. Like, and I just could not stop crying. I was like, this is no. I lost some eyelashes.
No, literally.
Dude, see, and let's go back and look at their shirts because they said Erika, I want to find where they show her. Dude, their makeup on Erika's shirt, like, dude, this shit is weird. Oh, so here they are. So So she signed the fucking, I think she signed the fucking angel on the shirt, right? So she signed the area. Look at where she signed, guys. Okay, she signed like, I don't know, dude. It's weird behavior. Now, again, these girls are not making a claim that Erika did something bad to me. These girls are like, oh my God, like, we'll do anything for TPUSA. And I think that is part of the problem that is going on, because this is literally how these kids get groomed in the first place. Okay? Is that, you know, they're trying to be like Christian rock stardom to young, impressionable minds. And like everyone's like, then like she said afterwards, all the TPUSA workers were like, oh my God, Erika signed your shirt. Oh my God, Erika signed your shirt, right? So look at that. Let's break that down. What happened? Erika Kirk moves into Vegas. Okay. She has an event that a bunch of teen girls are invited to. Okay. Then the teen girls run into Mike McCoy, who's like the handler, and he's like, oh, let me introduce you to the special one. And then he brings them into Erika. She's like gripping them, holding their trembling bodies, filling them with compliments, signing their shirts, okay, taking their photographs. And then they're like, oh my God, it's like they met Jesus. Then all the TPUSA people afterwards are like, oh my God, you're so special. Like Erika signed that for you. Oh my God, that's amazing. Right? So they are like, they are adopting very traditional child grooming reinforcement behaviors to like lure these girls in. And again, Erika Kirk should not be hanging out with 14, 15-year-old girls, except her own. You know what I mean? I mean, she's not a coach. She's not coaching their teams. She's not a teacher. Okay. She is like a very famous person who is attached to an organization where her husband was murdered less than a year ago, shot, like possibly in some type of government conspiracy. She's connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. And in fact, she is simultaneously telling people like how unsafe it is for her to go places because people are trying to kill her. But then they're like luring in teenage girls into the Club America fold. So that is what I'm talking about, where this whole thing is like, nah, dude, this is like grooming 101. And that's why this Project Constitution guy is doing this. Dude, let's go. Right? Dude, let's go. Dude, let's go. I'm not going to lie. Dude, Elf, let's go, baby. Elf says, I'm not going to lie. Love your dance moves and party, but going to do extra time in resetting the numbers from 1 away to 10 of 10. I've tried to hold it and never said anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Elf. Let's go. Right? Resetting the numbers from 1 away to 10 of 10. Resetting what numbers? Oh, resetting the goal counter? Like, because you can't. You can't reset the goal counter. You can start a goal, but if the goal counter stops at 4 of 30, you can start a new goal, but you can't make it like go away, right? That's a YouTube thing, right? Yeah, no, this whole thing is fucking gnarly. Dude, Elf with the fucking Tig. Oh, baby! Elf! Crazy. I mean, I think what you're saying is when we don't make the goal, right? When it says 9 of 10, but we actually made the goal, like it should say 10 of 10, right? But you can't. You can just start a new goal. I'm pretty sure YouTube probably does that on purpose because they hope if it's unfinished up there that people will keep donating trying to hit the goal, right? That would be my guess. I look like Johnny Rotten? Dude. Oh, it's all good, Elf. But good reminder, though, because we missed the goal. Now we have to reset it. But now we can't do 25. Dude, YouTube, it's all about those ducats. Let's go. We're going to give him another tiggle. But anyway, let me just tell you this, guys. I have something to say about the Johnny Rotten thing. Okay, first off, Johnny Rotten, John Lydon, is a big MAGA shitter. Okay, you may not know that, but John Lydon from the Sex Pistols and PIL, he is a big MAGA shitter. All right, he is. Now, the other thing is I do actually look like him. And when I was in New York City in 2003 at the 𝗙ecie Hotel, the staff at the 𝗙cie thought I looked like him. And in fact, I was leaving on a Tuesday and he was arriving on a Thursday, and the 𝗙cie Hotel tried to get me to stay an extra couple of days because they wanted to put me and John Lydon together and have me at his thing because I look so much like him. It is unfortunate. I look a lot fucking like him, dude. A lot. Elf says he's currently laughing. Let's go. Dude, let's go, baby. Point shaving, dude. YouTube point shaving. Dude, all right. Here we go. We're going to try and get it. We got to get the 20, and then we got to get the fucking 5. All right? Because you can't do 25 because YouTube is fucking stupid. I don't know why I can't just add, like you should be able to just add the amount you need, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you would think you would be able to just start a goal for 16 or 25 or 22 or whatever, right? But I think YouTube's goal, though, they just want you to, they want that cash, guys. All right, here we go. Ready? We're going. We're going. I'm going to do 15. Fucking YouTube, boss. Dude, they want. YouTube wants. Dude, they are all about the money, guys. They are, dude. Dude, they did something a couple months ago where they changed my total after the fact. Like, I don't know if somebody did a chargeback or something, but they took it out of my funds. And I was like, dude, I was not a fan of that. Because the whole point of the massive percentage that these places take is for them to eat that shit. Right? Let's go. All right. Dude, yeah, that Erika Kirk shit, I find that shit bothersome, guys. I do, man. That, like, those child grooming churches are not cool, boss. Yeah, I don't really feel like celebrating the 4th. All right, let's look at the Mamdani stuff, guys. Because Zoran Mamdani, today there was the primary in New York, and all of everybody that Mamdani endorsed won.
There's a lot of people
that
have a lot of negative stuff to say. There's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. But when you prove them wrong, you really don't have to say shit to them.
Let's go, dude. Dude, look at that. Dude, Zoran posted this today, okay, with no fucking context, right? But you know what this is about? He's using the Jalen Brunson quote about his primary performance, guys. Dude, Elf, let's go. Dude, and now the fucking counter ain't even registering that shit. Dude, this counter is fucking pissing me off. But there we go, now 19. You see that shit? It's not even registering. Dude, YouTube, what are we doing? Okay, so this quote, I think, guys, is super, prescient because there was a lot of attacks on DSA candidates. Okay, there have been a lot of attacks on the dirty, evil word socialism. There have been a lot of attacks on Zoran, like for being Muslim, for being socialist, for this, that, and the other, right? He's getting it from like all sides. Everybody's hating on him, but everyone he endorsed won, guys. Dude, David Whiteacre, dude, let's go dance party. Let's go. Let's go 18, baby. Let's get it. So, all right. And look at what Meghan McCain says. It's Mamdani's party now. She's like, good luck, guys. Oh, good luck, guys. It's Mamdani's party. Dude, Mamdani is not the first DSA person, okay? AOC was a very prominent DSA person, okay? There's many DSA candidates that are going to be in Congress this time around, guys. There are quite a few, okay? Now, dude, look at this. Look at what this guy says. Dude, Zoran Mamdani has the lowest approval rating and highest unfavorable rating of any recent New York City mayor. But dude, all of the candidates he endorsed just won, right? So again, dude, they're like, oh, good luck, guys. Oh, yeah, everybody hates them. And fucking, did you see what I thought what Kyle Kulinski posted was pretty cool, dude. Hold on, let me show you this. This is pretty funny. Right? Right there, dude. Oh, shit. Dude, there it is. Oh, that is crazy. Now, guys, I think democratic socialism is amazing. Okay? I do. I mean, when you think about it, socialism is intrinsic to us. Okay? Socialism is intrinsic. I've said this before, and people don't like to hear this, but every family in America is socialist. Every single family. Guys, we do it. We are socialist, guys. Okay? American families. You have a mother and a father that provide health care. They provide education. They make sure the kids' basic needs are met. Okay? They don't differentiate. One kid doesn't get more if he's high performing, and one kid gets less. You try to give every kid all of their basic needs, their medical, education, a roof over their head, right? We literally practice socialism in our families. It is the standard family unit in America is a socialist fucking setting, okay? And then once these kids are raised in socialism, you put them out into a world and are like, now you got to be a bootstrapping capitalist. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous because if you look at the wealthy, they get socialism. They get tax breaks. They get stadiums. They get warehouses. They get deals on county property. Okay. Their investment is encouraged by community support. And then the individuals are like harassed if they want any community support. They're told that they're moochers or lazy. They're not working hard enough. This, that, and the other. You got to bootstrap. Dude, this country needs socialism. It's fundamental. It is. But again, we are a socialist country by the way we raise our families. Okay? Families are socialism. Right? And I mean, that's part of it. Part of it is that certain groups don't want socialism for other groups, right? That is part of it too, because there's a racial component and there is and there's a class component. Wealthy people don't mind their money helping other wealthy people, but wealthy people don't want their money helping poor people. Okay, white people want the government to give them health care but they don't want their tax money to give black people health care. And like this shit is like super bothersome. But today though, guys, the DSA fucking won. And this is reverberating.
And finding that
Jesus. And so this is reverberating, okay? Right? And look at this though. Look at how they're freaking out. Look at Benny Johnson saying, this is 𝗙𝗡𝗚𝗧. She was endorsed by Zohran Mamdani and just won the Democratic primary for a New York State Senate seat. This is her blaming 9/11 on America's system of capitalism, racism, white supremacy, and Islamophobia. And like, guys, now we could, there are a million reasons for like what went into 9/11, but like, you can't, like, this is interesting with Benny because they're mad. Like, they don't want to acknowledge America's toxicity. Okay. They don't. And that's the part of the DSA that I think people really don't like, is they don't like that these DSA candidates or these new like anti-establishment Dems will point out America's problems. They will point out America's hand in the shit that happens to us. They will point out about how America are fucking, you know, Americans, the American government are terrorists. Okay. They don't want to point that shit out. And dude, a lot of the American government, it behaves like terrorists internationally. And I mean, even here, dude, fuck, we have, you know, we had ICE killing American citizens for protesting. Dude, Sumi, let's go. Off to bed, but get your dance party, dude. We're gonna get it. Let's go, Sumi. All right, guys. We got 5 minutes. Let's rally it up, guys. 5 minutes. All right, we're gonna watch this CNN clip, and then we're gonna rally it up.
And that projection, Abby, means that the mayor, Mamdani, does get a sweep of the three races in which he endorsed in Democratic primaries tonight. The Democratic Socialist candidate, 𝗙𝗪𝗓 beating a powerful Democratic, long-standing Democratic incumbent, Adriano 𝗍𝗍. Much more narrow race than the other two districts here, but this is, again, this is a mayor making a statement. This is a candidate making a statement. You're having the conversation with your panel about we want new, we want different, and yes, we want more liberal. In this particular case, 𝗍𝗍 is certainly a Democrat and a progressive, but this is part of the generational divide. We've also seen the Democratic Party. We want new, we want younger, but there's one for the mayor, there's two for the mayor, and there's three tonight. So the conversation is going to be, Abby, number one, how much power does...
But dude, guys, look at these three races, okay? Up in the Bronx and Inwood and top of Manhattan is where he won, okay? That's where 𝗍𝗍𝗍 won. Then Brooklyn and Queens. This is mostly Queens and Williamsburg. Long Island City is where they were a winner, and across Manhattan. And then down here, right, Brad Lander won down in Brooklyn in the financial district, which means, guys, they won the whole thing, okay? Like, Mamdani's candidates won in every fucking neighborhood in New York City, okay? They didn't just win in the minority neighborhoods. They didn't just win in, like, the young people neighborhoods. They won in all 5 fucking boroughs, okay? That is huge. And a couple of them were incumbents that were already pretty progressive Democrats, and they won with people who were even further left, which is crazy huge. Dude, nerdy black woman, let's go! Celebrating the Working Family Party wins. I hope this is a sign we are entering a new progressive era in the USA that features a decline in wealth inequality and a stronger social safety net. Yes, I hope so too. And again, I think it's gonna be, you know, some slow change. But there are a lot of new candidates winning on this shit. You like the hair boss, LFG? Let's go, 𝗙𝗧𝗏. Dude, I like it too. It's a little different. It's on its way to white, but we're in the peroxide period. All right, guys, 3 minutes. Let's go. Let's go 14 away, guys. Let's get it. But I think that's big. I think that them winning in all 5 boroughs is super, super, like super important. You know, it's just indicative that, you know, people want change. Okay. Did I not count yours, Steph? All right. Let me get it. Where is yours? Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Elf. All right. Wait, that's Elf. I worked at a place in Bethesda, got 30% off the total of $165, which makes no sense, right? Oh, there you go. My only one tonight, boss, but LFG. Let's go, Steph. Thank you. Let's go. All right. Appreciate that. Dude, that was way back, dude. I forgot that. I missed that a long time ago. Dude, Gord. Let's go, baby. All right. Let's go. Dude, 13, baby. 13. Let's go. Let's go, dude. 12, baby. Peroxide pour number 1 for his pine box. Then another one for his cronies. Let's go. Dude, 12 away, guys. And then there were 12. Dude, 125, baby. Dance party, David Whiteacre. Let's go. 11. And 11. Dude, 10. 𝗙cie, wait, peroxide. Like algae reflecting pool. It is not actually peroxide, guys. Okay, dude, thank you, 𝗙cie. I'm an only child, but still give to what I want. Does that make me a capitalist or a socialist? Made a lot of money from investing and I give everything back. Let's go. Dude, I mean, Elf, we're all capitalists, right? I think we're also all socialists too, boss, right? But let's fucking go, dude. David Whiteacre, let's go. 40 seconds. What are we? We're down to 8. 8 away, guys. So this is not actually peroxide, okay? This is bleach. You know, regular 30 volume and the regular bleaching. Dude, David Whiteacre, we got this. 7, baby, 7. I just call it peroxide because it looks like the peroxide blonde that the punks used to do in the 80s and 90s. This was a style, dude. All right. So we are 7 away, guys. And time ran out. Hold on. We're going to get this going. And so, dude, let's go. Dude, Petrozzi, let's go. Dude, I have complex mathematical calculations, right? And Joe Rogan is so short and dumb. Every time someone tells him a joke, it doesn't just go over his head. It qualifies as a low-flying aircraft. Dude, wild card, let's go. Dude, Rogan is an idiot. Dude, Dr. Turpin, let's go. All right, so here we go. So we picked up there. We have 5, and we needed 5 from before, so that means we are 10 away from completion, all right? Because we just got 2 more, so that 7 becomes 5, and we had 5 in the barrel that we needed to get because we couldn't do a 25, so now we're 10 away, and now we're resetting because YouTube sucks. Dude, I'm going to actually mention that about a feature of being able to pick the number. We should be able to pick the number. I don't think we should have to do their little increments. Like, you should be able to set whatever goal you want, right? I mean, give me a fucking break, dude. Like, you should be able to say, I want to get 11 or I want to get 14, right? You shouldn't have to do their little multiples of like, they have 5, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, like 1? Like, who the fuck is going to do 1, dude? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, bro? Right? Like, who's going to do 1? Hey, let's do a goal of 1. Oh, yeah, that sounds nifty. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe they're just trying to fucking swing it, dude. Linda Herring, let's go! All right. Goal activated. Right? Let's go. But, all right.
Number two, he's also making some enemies tonight, let's be honest. He's been mayor 6 months, and he's gone against 2 Democratic incumbents and the wishes of the retiring Democratic incumbent in the 3rd district there. But he's making a statement for the city, for the state, and he's also making a statement of where he thinks the Democratic Party should go nationally, both for the next 5 months and into 2028. So as you're discussing with your panel, can you export this? Can you sell what he wants to do in New York City, where his candidates clearly are winning tonight, where he won clearly, convincingly? Can you sell it? Well, he wants to be part of that debate, and tonight he's proving he gets a big role in it.
Yeah, he does, dude. Turpin, fried green tomatoes, let's go, baby! But guys, look at this shit, okay? Because this is crazy. Look at Brad Lander, okay? Dude, Elf, bro, can you please just accept? Yes! Please just accept what, boss? Look at Brad Lander. All right. Yes! Dude, why did that one not register, bro? Now we're 8 away. What the fuck, dude? Dude, let's go. We're giving you another one. Dude, look at Brad Lander. Look at this. Okay? Dude, Dan Goldman was an incumbent for a long time, guys. Okay? Look at Dan Goldman. Look at this guy. Okay? Right? He was like Attorney General. Okay? Hold on, let's just look it up. All right, so he was a assistant U.S. attorney for a decade, right? He was the lead counsel in the impeachment against Donald Trump. All right, right? He's been in Congress since 2022 election, so he's had multiple terms. Okay, multiple terms, and he was like a Trump impeachment guy. So this guy is sort of like front and center in the Trump battle. And again, he was not bad, right? This is not a like terrible Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has been a rock solid Democrat, and Brad Lander just kicked the shit out of him. Yes, that is it though. He is an Israel supporter. Now, guys, we are starting to see the shaking here. Okay, we're starting to see the shaking here because the party people have freaked out about this. Okay, let me find Jamie Harrison. All right, Jamie Harrison was fucking the I guess block number 1. Look at this. You ready? Look at what he says here. He says, "I will say this with no ill will or animosity. If you hate the Democratic Party, then please don't run for our nomination. Don't use our resources. Don't rely on our volunteers. Don't use our infrastructure. Don't ask Democrats to invest their time, money, and energy in your campaign. Focus on building the party you actually support. Political parties aren't perfect, but they're built by millions of people who knock doors, make calls, organize meetings. Blah, blah, blah. If you don't believe in the party, then don't ask its members to carry you across the finish line." But like, yo, dude, to a degree, I understand the idea that like, okay, like support the party, but like, wait a second. These same guys have been asking leftists to support their candidates when they win. But now that the DSA candidates win, they're like, oh, right? They want to fucking they want to have both sides of the fence. And that's problematic. You know what I'm saying? And dude, look at what Pastor Ben says. I thought his response was really good. He said, "Brother Jamie, You should be so lucky to get people inside the Democratic Party who hate what it has become. Corporate, Zionist, Republican light, neoliberalism isn't working for anyone, which is why Democratic socialists are fucking being elected all over the country. Be grateful they're bringing voters to what Harry Belafonte referred to as the ravages of what's left of the Democratic Party. Now, I just think this is fucking crazy because, again, guys, I feel like a lot of this has to do with the fucking Middle East war machine, guys. And I, for one, am fucking sick of it because this is really hypocritical, okay? Because the thing about this is if you look at Zohran Mamdani, he doesn't openly hate the Democratic Party, okay? He is run as an open Democrat and a DSA, a member of two parties. The Democratic Party inherently is going to be a wide coalition. The Democratic Party is not going to be one thing, okay? The DSA is part of the Democratic Party. I don't see how they can say that it's like a separate party. I don't see that like DSA being a separate party. It's literally the same party, just minus the fealty to the Middle East war machine and minus the fealty to only corporate interests. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dude, did I miss another one? No, I didn't. All right. Got it. But look at what Fetterman said, guys. Okay, somebody mentioned Fetterman. Let me just show you Fetterman, though. Okay, look at this Fetterman because this is crazy. Dude, this quote from Fetterman. Look at this quote from Fetterman here, guys. Look at this. All right, watch what Fetterman says here. Watch this. Okay, now I don't even care. We know Fetterman is like Republican light, but forget about the Republican light for a moment and just think about what he says here as an American, okay?
All right, let me ask this. Why the deep hatred for Israel? Why?
Yeah, because I mean, if you have such contempt for Israel, I mean, of course, you're also anti-American. And
dude, did you hear that? If you have a contempt for Israel, you're also anti-American. Whoa. What the fuck, bro? If you have contempt for Europe, you are not anti-American, you're anti-Europe. If you have contempt for Canada, you're not anti-American, you're anti-Canada. But this motherfucker actually said, if you have contempt for Israel, you are anti-American. And like, guys, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Now, the thing about this isn't even Fetterman being a turncoat. There are a lot of corporate Democrats that are of this same idea that you can't be an American without full support of the Middle East war machine, guys. Now, you may notice with me, I don't specifically use Israel because I feel like Israel condones a lot of different things. There are a bunch of Israeli people. There are a bunch of Jews. There are a bunch of Jews that don't support Netanyahu. There's the government. I call it the Middle East war machine. That to me feels like a comfortable term. But it is the same thing. These guys, though, have created this idea that you can't be a patriotic American without going all in on Israel, the Middle East war machine. And that is fucked up. And again, this is not just MAGA, okay? This is not just a MAGA thing. I mean, the MAGA are certainly Zionists to the hilt. But a lot of Democrats, a lot of centrist corporate Dems are where Fetterman is here, where they believe that part of being an American is empowering that bully in the Middle East. And dude, I am not okay with that shit. Have I seen the Albanians destroy MAGA? I have not. All right, guys, 4 minutes. Hold on. We're going to come back. Dude, genocidal war machine. We need 8, guys. Let's get it. 8 for dance. Let's get the dance right now, guys. 4 minutes. Let's bring it home, baby. But you don't even know what just happened tonight. I mean, maybe you do. I feel like tonight was the first like bow shot that is letting the Democratic establishment know that the future wants a different form of government. We want a Democratic Party that is actually going to focus on taking care of the people. Dude, Kushner and his wife tried to claim the Albanian island. No, I know. I remember they were trying to get that island, the one with all the military infrastructure. Dude, let's go, guys. 7 away, baby. We got this. We got it. 7 away, guys. Dude, Elf has been quarterbacking all night. Relieve the burden on him. Let's go. David Whiteacre. Let's go, baby. 6 away, baby. 6 away. We got this. Bringing it home. Dude, Elf, you're going crazy, dude. Dude, I'm going to get Bryce his jersey. Don't worry. Don't you worry about that. All right. Elf, I wonder what he's going to get. I think he might get a soccer jersey. He's been watching a lot of the World Cup. That's one of the things Bryce has been doing. He's very into the World Cup. I am not very into the World Cup. But, all right, guys, 3 minutes. Dude, a kilt. Well, you know what's funny, though, Worthy, is look, I did switch to the plaid pajama bottoms. So I'm not wearing a kilt, but I have switched to the plaid, which is pretty fucking punk, bro. Hey, dude. You like that? Oh, shit. Dude, guys, 2 minutes. 6 away, baby. Come on. 6 and 2. This is it. No overtime. Let's get it. Was it crazy in Boston? I bet it was. Dude, the finals are in East Rutherford, too, like right outside New York City. So it's going crazy, boss. Let's go, dude. 2 minutes, baby. It's time. Now or never. We dancing. We're dancing. Let's get it. Down to the wire, boss. Yeah, no, see, guys, that shit is creeping me out. Okay? Dude, Dr. Turpin, let's go. You cut your hair off like me. Cool. Yes, I did, Dr. Turpin. Did Bryce go to any of the Knicks games? He did not. Right? Bryce is not a Knicks fan. Okay? Bryce is not a Knicks fan. So he did not. The only sports team he's a fan of there is the Islanders, and he did go see the Islanders. Dude, plaid looks good on me. It does indeed, guys. 3 away. 3 and 1, baby. Let's go. So he went to the Islanders, and he is a big fan of them, but he's not a Knicks fan. I don't think he'll ever be a Knicks fan either because he grew up in Portland, so he's a Blazers fan. Dude, we got this. David Whiteacre, let's go. 2 away, guys. And then there were 2. We're getting it. We're getting it. Is it possible to set a dollar goal? It is not. Hard to be a Knicks fan in a lot of ways. I mean, I think if you grow up, there it is. Boom, boom, we got it. Let's go, Turpin. David Whiteacre, let's go. Dude, it didn't register, dude. Dude, look at that. What is it doing? Oh, now it registered 11 to 10. All right, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, you counter, dude. Tartan Army dance. What is a Tartan Army dance? Let's go. Oh, shit. I think Knicks fans are if you're there, right? Portland needs an MLB team. I don't know that they do, boss. I feel like Portland having an MLB team. I don't really want that, dude. I like having the Mariners be my team. You know, I don't know. I don't. I mean, they may very well get one, but I don't see why. I feel like the Mariners being our team is a good one. I would still be a Mariners fan even if Portland got a team, dude. Oh, they're called the Tartan Army? Oh, got you. Dude, I had a roommate from Scotland that was amazing. Okay, I had a roommate from Scotland who basically taught me how to play guitar, dude. He didn't teach me the whole thing, but he definitely helped me become a way better guitarist. This guy named Steve, he was amazing. Titan Party, let's go, Elf! Dude, he was amazing. Dude, Portland has a very great strip club culture here. Like, sex worker culture in Portland is awesome. I love it. I love the way Portland, dude, I voted for a sex worker to be mayor in Portland, and she almost won, guys. That is like, now that's a city, bro. When my number one ranked candidate was a sex worker and she nearly won, right? What if we just do a big ass dono to cover the countdown? Let's go. Dude, I like the individual ones, right? You know what I mean? It includes more people, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it allows more people to be part of the process rather than one person coming in and just doing a huge dono and ending the thing, right? It allows us to fucking ride the wave, so to speak. Your last name is Scottish? Turpin? Is Turpin your last name? Or is that like, it's probably not your last name on your YouTube channel name. Dude, let's go! Turpin, dude, let's go. Ethan, dude, my last name is Harrington, which is from that region, like Northern England / Ireland / Scotland. My history, family history is all from that region, right? I guess it was O'Harrington at some point, right? But yeah, dude, this is crazy, dude. Listen to him, though.
Because, I mean, if you have such contempt for Israel, I mean, of course, you're also anti-American and you're anti-Western civilization, and you're, anti-capitalism and the American way of life. I mean,
dude, did you see what he combined there? If you have contempt for Israel, you are anti-American, you are anti-Western civilization, you are anti-capitalism, and you are anti the American way of life. All because you want that fucking war machine in the Middle East to stop genociding people? Dude, that's fucked up, guys. Okay? Now, guys, mind you, in college, I was in a Jewish fraternity, okay? I have deep, deep ties to people of the Jewish religion that go all the way back 30 years, okay? Deep ties. Nothing but love for my Jewish compadres. But this Israeli government, this Israeli war machine, this Muslim fucking idea that like the Christians and the Jewish Israeli Zionists need to be warring with Muslims all the time and fucking taking over the whole Middle East is fucking bullshit, dude. And I am like, my blinders have completely been taken off, okay? Because sure, dude, there are a ton of like weird people like, Jake Shields and Nick Fuentes and all these anti-Semitic people that are out there that are actually like, doing this Jewish cabal controlling the world shit. And they've been doing the George Soros stereotypes, Tucker and Candace and all that for years. And fuck those guys. But I'm not even talking about those guys. I'm talking about a very legitimate thing that has nothing to do with Jewish people, that has nothing to do with Jewish religious culture, that has everything to do with this idea that if we're not killing every brown person in the Middle East, we are being un-American. That we need to be constantly at war with everybody who is not a Judeo-Christian white-passing person. It is like the supremacy is off the fucking hook, dude. And they're being so blatant about it, okay? They are being so blatant about it. So it is your real name. Let's go. I mean, that is a crazy statement. Let's listen to that one more time, guys. This is like what I said here. Look at what I said.
All right, let me ask this.
Look at this. I said there is something wrong with their brains, okay? Because this is literally, guys, this is like a form of mental illness. I have never seen a legislator say something that was so crazy where he basically tied all of American life. He was like, you can't support American life without having to have fealty to Israel.
I mean, if you have such contempt for Israel, I mean, of course, you're also anti-American and you're anti-Western civilization, and you're, anti-capitalism and the American way of life. I mean, now, they're all socialists, of course, and now there's communists and now Marxists, and now they're proud of this. And now, of course, we have 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏 in Maine. That's another one. He's a self-avowed.
Dude, he calls Graham Plattner 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏. Dude, Fetterman. Dude, all I can say about this, Fetterman, GTFO, buddy. Nancy, ugly fucking Mace Fetterman, dude. Yeah, your career's done, boss. You better hope MAGA come and fucking fluff those balls. Yo, Fetterman, what up, you fucking ogre? It's political punk here. Yo, dude, what's going on with that nose, bro? Holy shit, dude, you get that thing stuck in the car door and start shaking your head or what? What the fuck, bro? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is this Israel shit? Like, now, what do I have to do? I have to give Benjamin Netanyahu a knobby to be considered an American? Like, what the fuck, bro? Do I have to give Ben Gvir head in order to get a flag on the 4th of July? You fucking idiot. What are you doing? You're spending all day on Hannity? You 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏? Dude, you are brain dead, bro. You big dumb ogre. All right, fuck you. Bye-bye. By the way, you're losing. You're out. You're done. You're Nancy Mace. Fuck you. Bye-bye. Dude, it's like you gotta like polish Netanyahu's knob in order to get a fucking gold star in America now. What the hell, dude? He called him 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏.
I know, of course, we have 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏 in Maine. That's another one. He's a self-avowed, communist too. Now that's not even
self-avowed communist
and a significant part of the Democratic Party right now.
Dude, self-avowed communist. Dude, Kermit does need a raise. Oh my God. Hold on. While he mentioned 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏, he mentioned Graham Plattner. I gotta bring in, guys. I gotta bring in fucking steady leadership. Okay? Right? Because he mentioned 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏. Dude, he mentioned 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏, but look at her, dude. You ready? Watch this. Here comes Susan Collins. 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏.
So since this is the first time that we're hearing from you since he has officially become your opponent, what do you think of him? What do you think of Graham Plattner?
Well, I have to say, Martha, that I never expected to have an opponent like Graham Plattner. He is very different from me. He's the antithesis of the steady leadership that I provide in Washington.
Dude, the steady leadership, right? The incredible, vibrating woman said that Graham Plattner is the antithesis of the steady leadership. Steady leadership she provides in Washington. The steady stream of rapists she has provided in American government. Right? Dude, what the fuck, bro? The steady stream of rapists. 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏 is Graham Plattner. 𝗞𝗄𝗧𝗏 was his kick tag, right? Oh, Lord.
That has delivered real results for the state of Maine and for our nation.
Dude, state of Maine and for our nation. Dude, what result for our nation, Susan Collins? You got, like, they're trying to go after gay marriage. They fucking overturned Roe v. Wade. They overturned the Voting Rights Act. Dude, she is going to get assed, bro. Okay? She is going to get beat, boss. She is going to get beat hardcore. Hardcore. Oh my God. Dude, the steady leadership, the incredible vibrating woman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susan Collins. Dude, she is wild. I will give her props, though. I do like the Trailer Park Red lipstick. Okay? I'm going to give her props for that. I like the Trailer Park Red lipstick. I think that shit is cool. She's breaking out her inner Juliette Lewis, trying desperately to fucking, to win an election. But bro, dude, Plattner's going to roll this woman. Okay? This woman needs to go. This woman is so devious. And you know why? You know why, guys? She is so devious because she has pretended to be moderate and she has pretended to care about human rights while simultaneously rubber stamping everything that has harmed people in this country. And everything that has harmed people in the country has been on her watch. Her and Murkowski, both of them tried to be like, oh, we care about women. We care about fucking human rights and civil rights. But dude, they just don't. Okay? They just don't. But yeah, that is crazy, guys. This Fetterman shit, this shit is nuts. It is nuts. I can't believe it, guys. If you have contempt for Israel, you are anti-American. I'm not having that, guys. Okay? That is, to me, that is so crazy. Can you imagine if somebody said, like, right, if you have contempt for Saudi Arabia, you are anti-American. If you have contempt for Russia, you are anti-American. If you have contempt for North Korea, you are anti-American. If you have contempt for El Salvador, you are anti-American, you are anti-capitalist, you are anti the American way of life. That is unhinged, bro. Unhinged. Absolutely unhinged. Okay? This is the shot. Dude, listen to Hannity. Dude, Collins needs to go. Indeed, Turpin. I missed a couple. Hold on, let me go back. Let me get the ones we missed. We got Dr. Turpin, my channel for class lectures. So yeah, my real name. Let's go. Turpin, my real name is Sherry Ann Turpin, PhD. Let's go, Cherry. Love it. But dude, listen to Hannity. Okay, Hannity, it was like he was gonna cry, dude. Watch this.
Candidate. That race now has been called Brad Lander beat Dan Goldman. That surprised me.
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me. I fully expect that, and I think you're going to see. I can almost guarantee, the one that calls to abolish police, abolish the border. There are no reasons to deport anybody, and abolishing prisons. I mean, she said all of this. She actually said F Kamala Harris.
Dude, yeah, he's talking about 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍, all right? It is who he's talking about, okay? Because she won tonight, okay? And she has said fucking, right? Dude, she said fuck Kamala Harris, boss, right? And so that is the one, dude. Right, look at this. Watch Hannity here.
All right, this is a Fox News Alert. Incumbent Congress.
Dude, first off, what's going on with Hannity's head, bro? Right? Look at his head, dude. Dude, what is, like, did he get some work done? Did he get like a cherub cheek implant or some shit? Dude, his head looks a little weird, bro. They look like they just took a new face and just screwed it on top of his big ass puffy fucking head, dude. All right, here we go.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. Incumbent Congressman Dan Goldman, who was just banned from a New York City coffee shop because of his support for Israel. He has now lost his primary to a radical socialist backed by Mamdani. It appears that, you know, a pretty scary transformation is now fully underway in the Democratic Party, especially in a blue state like New York.
Dude, yeah. Dude, look at him. Bro. Dude, look at him, boss. Oh my God. Okay? He is fucking... Oh shit. Now, meanwhile, guys, here's what the president is doing today. You ready? Look at what the president was doing today, guys.
Because she's a woman, that's a lot of weight. The mother, though, is screaming, darling, I love you, do it. And she gets over the weights, and she stays. And then she gets him, and she gets him. And the mother's screaming, darling, I love you, darling. And the father's looking, saying she has no chance. And she's like this, you see it? Drops him. And she's like devastated for the rest of her life. And then a guy comes along who transitioned. That's the term. I've gotten very good at that term. I used to take a lot of heat for my definition of the movement over. But he transitioned. He was a poor, very poor, bottom of the...
Dude, what the fuck is he talking about, bro? Like, nobody in the crowd is even paying attention to this shit. Dude, this is what we have, guys. We're at war. We're spending $1 billion a day. The global economy's been ravaged. Prices are high as shit. You can't find a job. Farms are going out of business. Businesses are bankrupted because of tariffs. We've threatened a bunch of our allies. Dude, roads are falling apart. They got rid of alternative energy. You know what I mean? It's like the whole country is fucking struggling like a motherfucker. We need healthcare. We need education. We need childcare. We need to be able to buy homes. We need to be able to afford to live. And he's talking about the same fucking weightlifting whatever story about a trans person winning a weightlifting competition. It's not even about that. It's really literally a dude like pretended to be a woman or some shit in order to like prove a point. It wasn't even an actual trans person that he's fucking talking about this whole thing. It's fucking stupid. And look at this. President Trump spent time mocking men and women's sports. I thank God every day Kamala Harris isn't our president. Because again, this is all they care about. They don't care about, right? They don't care about fucking, right? They don't care about actual issues, okay? But look at this, dude. This is crazy, okay? This woman, right? Look at this. They tried to go after her, okay? 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍, they tried to go after her because she said, she tweeted, fuck Kamala Harris. And they went after her for that, and she won, okay? So that is crazy. Wasn't that from the campaign? No, that Trump thing, guys, was today, okay? Can I just show you? The Trump thing, guys, was today. This was 12 hours ago.
And the mother's screaming, darling, I love you.
This was not the campaign. This was today. Right? This was today. Why did 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍 say that? It was because she didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris because she was a supporter of the shit in the Middle East, right? And right, she did not like Kamala Harris. And guys, that is not an unpopular fucking opinion here, okay? My son, okay, lives in Brooklyn right now. He's 21 years old. He didn't like Kamala Harris. He voted for her because he didn't want Trump to win, but he didn't like her. He sure as fuck would have never worn a Kamala Harris shirt. He would have never phone banked for her. Like him, none of his friends, none of the 21-year-old young people, like in my kids' friend group, none of them liked Kamala Harris. They thought she was a lesser evil, and they voted for her as a lesser evil, but they did not like her at all. Okay? So, I mean, this was really common, not necessarily because Kamala Harris is a bad person, but because she didn't separate herself from Biden. Okay? Like, you know, I mean, guys, let's think about this. Okay? Realistically, I've said this before. You ready? That Joe Biden, like, we all watched Israel just level Gaza. Okay? We watched Israel level Gaza. Okay? And that was like trauma inducing. Okay? It was trauma inducing to watch that happen. And Biden didn't do anything to stop it. And Kamala didn't separate herself from Biden, which indirectly made people feel like she was going to support Israel also and be like Biden light. And that affected a lot of young people. Okay. Now, I don't hate Kamala. Okay. I wouldn't say fuck Kamala Harris because I actually liked Kamala. And I was, you know, but I understand why people who were, you know, who were really fucked up by Gaza, how they were incredibly disappointed in Kamala. And in fact, guys, you know what I'm saying? In fact, it was exacerbated by the Democratic National Convention, okay? Because what happened was they were supporting Kamala, and then she went out there and she made that comment about the U.S. having the most powerful military in the world. And that really hit people the wrong way, okay? Because that was like, after all that Gaza shit, for her to be like, we're going to juice up the military, that really hit the young people, okay? Like, there is no young person around that wants the U.S. to be a huge, powerful military just warring all over the country. So, you know what I mean? That was really hard, I think, for the young people. I understood that Kamala felt between a rock and a hard place, and she was worried if she was anti-Israel, she would lose the mainstream Dems. And you know, I don't know. I mean, for me, guys, let me just say, for me, all of that to me falls on Biden's shoulders, because Joe Biden and his handlers should have had him fall on the sword. Biden should have taken Gaza with him. He should have gone out and said, I fucked up. I have supported this genocide. I really let the American people down, and I am stepping down. I am not going to run for office again. And he should have let a primary happen. He should have fallen on the sword, because whether he felt responsible or not, everyone was calling him Genocide Joe. He could have taken that label and owned it and let the Democratic Party off. But the problem, guys, the problem is not just Joe Biden, okay? The problem is that there's a lot of Democrats that support the endless Israel wars in the Middle East, guys. Okay? There are Zionist Democrats that are Christians that support endless war in the Middle East. That's the real problem. Is like, you know, I mean, guys, we didn't go to Iraq for the WMDs because the Democrats don't like war in the Middle East. Okay? Like, give me a fucking break. Both parties have loved war in the Middle East for as long as I can remember, guys. I mean, my whole life. Dude, you ready? Check this out. The day I turned 21, okay, my country was going to war in the Middle East, and it was supported by both parties. okay? The day my son turned 21, our country went to war in the Middle East, and it was basically supported by both parties. They didn't pass like any resolutions to stop him. Think about that, guys. 2 generations. When I turned 21, the day I turned 21, my country was at war in the Middle East. And the day my son turned 21, my country was at war with a different country in the Middle East. That's fucked up, bro. And why? Because of the shit Fetterman said that if you don't support Israel, you're anti-American. You know what I'm saying? Guys, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? You know what I mean? Kamala's corp, I voted for her. We need more left. Yes, I agree, guys. Now listen to me. You ready? I hear me out, okay? You ready for this? And hear me out. Don't hate me for saying this, okay? I would never say fuck Kamala Harris, okay? I personally wouldn't. I like Kamala. I know she was corporate. I supported her. I liked her. I liked her whole career. So I would not say Kamala Harris. However, I will partner with people who say fuck Kamala Harris if they're talking about her alignment with the corporate party and the shit going on in the Middle East. I understand that. I think Kamala would have absolutely been better than Trump. I campaigned heavily for her. I have a shirt. Okay. But the thing is I would partner with 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍 in an instant because I understand why she said this. Okay. I understand why Kamala tried to partner with Liz Cheney, and I understand why 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍 says fuck Kamala. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so like for me, I'm not going to hold any fucking water over this woman's head for that comment. Okay? Because I think we need to have a little bit of an understanding, guys. And hear me out on this. Okay? I think we need this while the Democratic Party is evolving. I think we need to be aware that like there are a lot of different elements in the Democratic Party, and like we need to not be disqualifying based on this stupid shit. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disqualify somebody who is very anti-genocide that had issues with Kamala Harris and her not taking a stand against it. Okay? I'm not going to be mad at those anti-genocide people that were upset with Kamala Harris refusing to take a stand. And at the same time, okay, I'm not going to be upset. And at the same time, guys, I'm not going to be upset with the centrists who are mad at the leftists who voted for Jill fucking Stein, because that was fucking stupid too. Like, I think we need to be aware. I'm not going to be mad at Kamala for the fact that she made a tactical error thinking that, you know, uniting with Liz Cheney would win over some white independents in the Midwest. I understand why she did it. Okay? It didn't fucking work out, but I'm not going to hate her for trying that because she didn't know what to do. Okay? And yeah, she would have been a whole lot better than Trump. Okay? But you know, the woman in all fairness, 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗍 did delete the tweet. Okay? I think people say shit on Twitter that, you know, in the heat of the moment that you should be allowed some grace. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're pissed they did not vote for Kamala. Well, I don't know that she didn't vote for Kamala, boss. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what her take was on that. You can say fuck Kamala Harris and still vote for her against Trump. I mean, I think that's possible, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can say fuck John Fetterman, but if it was John Fetterman or Donald Trump, I would still vote for John Fetterman, even though he's a piece of shit. I would vote for him over fucking Donald Trump, okay? You know what I mean? I think two things can exist at the same time. You can say, I was like, fuck Joe Biden. I never liked Joe Biden, but I gleefully voted for Joe Biden in 2020. And I would have voted for him again in 2024, even though I fucking never liked the guy. Okay? I never liked Joe Biden, guys. I didn't like him when he was Obama's VP. I always thought he had too many old school racist friends for me. Okay? I think like I don't think you needed to be friends with Robert Byrd. You know what I'm saying? There was no reason to be friends with Robert Byrd in the 70s. Okay? Everybody could have let him go by then, you know? And so I never liked Joe Biden, but I also, though, voted for him and campaigned hard for him when he was running, because he was obviously better than the option. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I know, Ozzy. I agree with you, though. The people that didn't vote for Kamala, like the Jill Stein people, give me a fucking break. Dude, we had somebody in here last night that was talking about that 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 woman. Okay, and there was somebody I muted last night in this chat because they were talking about 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀s, and she is a content creator who is like on the left, but she's like she encouraged people to vote for Jill Stein. She was actually fucking campaigning for Jill Stein and Butch Ware. And dude, anybody who is campaigning for Jill fucking Stein in 2024 needs a boot in the ass. Like, no, dude. That, like, Jill Stein was never the answer, guys. Right? Give me a fucking break, dude. Dude, no way. But, can I show you, though? People are fighting, guys. Look at the Chris Murphy tweet. Okay? Look at Chris Murphy's tweet here, boss. Look at what he said. Okay? Now, guys, this is an important moment. Okay? This is an important moment, guys. Okay? Because Chris Murphy is a guy who's been around, but he's also a guy who's like a little bit establishment. Okay? He's a guy who's a little bit establishment, you know? And look at what he says here. Because Jamie Harrison said, if you hate the Democratic Party, then please don't run for our nomination. But guys, this sounds, you ready for this? This sounds like if you hate America, then please don't vote, right? This sounds a little bit like the way the Republicans talk about hating America. Oh, if you want to change America, if you want to make it better, you're hating America. I don't think Zohran Mamdani hates the Democratic Party, okay? I don't think a lot of DSA candidates hate the Democratic Party. I think they want the Democratic Party to be less Republican. And the Democratic Party has been a little Republican lately, guys. AIPAC, border, over-policing, you know, supporting like the shutdown, using like tanks and shit to shut down protests. Like, come on, guys. Well, look at what Chris Murphy said. He said, I don't know, man, who is the Democratic Party if it's not the voters? Dude, look at that. Oh, guys, this is what I've been saying about, like, to my centrist liberal friends who are saying, oh, they don't want Graham Plattner. It's like, yo, the voters in Maine want Graham Plattner. So shut the fuck up, okay? The voters are voting for Graham Plattner. Why are you saying, like, you want to get rid of the person the voters, the Democratic voters, are voting for? Okay? Democratic voters choose candidates, not party leaders, and party leaders need to listen to what voters are telling us, and right now they're demanding our party be bolder. Okay? Dude, you know what I'm saying? Right? That is, guys, I think this is sensible here. Okay? Now, here's the problem. Okay? I want to go back to Mamdani's tweet, or 𝗙elle 𝗪𝗠sky's tweet here. Okay? Actually, it's on my page. But I want to go back to this because this I thought I retweeted it. Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, it's in my bookmarks. This is the problem. Okay? This is the problem. I'm not saying on a blanket that AIPAC is the source of all the Democrats' problems. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not doing an 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 here. The AIPAC is just the symbolism of it. But the problem is the voters have been silenced in the primaries, guys. Okay? Our voters have been silenced. You have a primary where the voters want health care, they want education, they want childcare, they want higher wages, they want to break up monopolies. Then AIPAC comes in, or the oil lobby comes in, or the pharmaceutical lobby comes in, or the billionaire donors come in, and they take over the primary. So the voters get bombarded with propaganda. They get bombarded with ads. They get bombarded with fear campaigns. Like they run 7 different candidates. So then what happens is the one candidate funded by AIPAC or the oil companies wins the primary. And then we have to pick the harm reduction. We have to pick the lesser of two evils. So we have to vote for the AIPAC Democrat or the oil company Democrat instead of the Republican. And that's a real problem. And I think we can get PAC money out of our primaries. And then this would look very different. Okay? And we could do that now. Okay? Ken Martin could remove super PAC money from the primaries right now. We would still use super PAC money in the generals where we need it to fight the Republicans, but we could get rid of it in the primaries so we could absolutely have the voters be selecting their candidate. And this is the shit that young people and forward-thinking DSA people want to change. They want to get AIPAC out. They want to get Chevron out. Because let me tell you guys, AIPAC and Chevron and you know, corporate fucking donors, billionaire donors, they all want the same thing. Okay? They all want the same thing. Right? They want fucking war in the Middle East perpetually because of the oil there. Kyle Kulinski was asked on Corin's World or whatever if he'd invite me on his show, and he said yes. No, dude, where's the clip? Dude, I want to see the clip of that, boss. No way. Get out. You got to find a clip of that. But yeah, dude, today was big. I think this Chris Murphy tweet, this shit is big, guys. This shit is big. It is big. Okay? This is big because it's true, man. Right? Dude, right? This person is like, you know, dude, what are they fucking, this person is freaking out about Graham Plattner, right? Dude, like, again, there's some shit coming around the support of Israel, boss. Okay? And like, I personally am reaching an apex in my journey here where I fully support Jewish Americans, but I don't want to support the Israeli war machine in the Middle East, guys. Okay? And that is fucking problematic, dude. That is super problematic that they are trying to conflate support of Jewish Americans with supporting an Israeli war machine in the Middle East. because that is like, that's not accurate. Okay. We should be able to fucking support and protect Jewish Americans, and we shouldn't have to like send a bunch of money to an Israeli war machine that is indiscriminately killing everyone around them and like tweeting about like 1,000 fucking Lebanese mothers need to be dead because, you know, of some Israeli pain or some shit. That shit is not cool, man. I'm not down with it. I'm over that shit, boss. Okay? I am over that. I am over it. And like, it's crazy too, because I follow many of these mainstream Democrat people. Like, look, we follow each other. Okay? We're part of this coalition, but look at what this person is saying about, like, you know, she's like, I can't help but read this. And then she goes down here and focus in pushing propaganda and demonizing American Jewish people. But like, dude, this is weird because to me, this is incongruent. You know what I'm saying? This is incongruent right here about like, hold on. I need to fucking respond to this. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because again, oh wait, dude, why have I had there? I almost put a picture of Erika Kirk, dude. Hold on. Oh shit. Dude, why I guess I had copied and pasted it earlier. But so guys, this is the division though that we're grappling with. Okay, because when you have Democrats that are against Graham Plattner, okay, like it feels to me like they are the Democrats who want to support the Israeli war machine. Okay? You know what I mean? And that is a big problem that we're facing, guys. And I'm challenging my centrist Democrat friends on this because I think, guys, I believe we can be incredibly supportive of Jewish Americans and Jewish people around the world, okay? We can root out anti-Semitism and we can simultaneously smash the Israeli war machine in the Middle East, okay? The Israeli war machine in the Middle East has nothing to do with protecting Jewish people from anti-Semitism. I believe protecting Muslim people from Islamophobia and protecting Jewish people from anti-Semitism are like the same fucking fight. They're real similar to fighting, you know, protecting gay people from homophobia, okay? All of those fights have nothing to do with pulling the plug on the war machine, okay? And in fact, I think feeding the war machine in the Middle East is increasing anti-Semitism. It's feeding it. It's feeding Islamophobia and feeding anti-Semitism. All right? That war machine is feeding both of them simultaneously. Right? And so that shit is like, we need to fucking wake up on that. And we need to be real clear about that because what I'm starting to notice, one of the things that has sort of really like changed my position where I have moved left. Okay, people have seen this. I'm sure if you look at like Natalie or some of the people who've been here from the start, they've seen me move left. They've seen me move on Plattner. They've seen me move on some of this shit. For me, like Mamdani was the guy that like I feel like has been doing it the best thus far. But a lot of people have seen me move left. And the reason I have moved left is because I have noticed a tendency in the Democratic Party, okay? In the centrist wing of the Democratic Party, which is they will attack their own if people are not supportive of the Israeli war machine. And guys, I'm done with the Israeli war machine, okay? I am. Now, I don't think cutting off the Israeli war machine is going to end our issues in the Middle East, okay? I don't, guys, okay? I think after we end the Israeli war machine, we're going to have more problems there that we're going to have to contend with. It's not going to fix it. But I think we do have to stop funding that. I think karmically, it is not helping us out. And yes, there is absolutely, with the Susan Collins, Graham Plattner, there are some Democrats who would rather have Susan Collins win than Graham Plattner simply because they want to keep funding the Israeli war machine. And guys, we can't go there. That is a sign of like, if we need to root people out of the Democratic Party, like think about this, okay? Let's look at the Democratic Party as like a coalition of like people that are very different, okay? There's a lot of difference in there. We have a lot of different colors, a lot of different genders, a lot of different sexual orientations. We have a lot of different nationalities, a lot of different religions. We have a lot of different viewpoints in the Democratic Party. Now, some of the people in there, we may want to like, okay, if let's root out the toxic part of the Democratic Party, okay? Let's play the game of let's root out the toxic part, okay? Our tent is big, but there's some toxic shit in there. Let's root it out. The toxic shit is not Zohran Mamdani, okay? The toxic shit are not the people that are trying to end the Israeli war machine, guys. Those are not the toxic people, okay? The toxic people in the Democratic Party are the people that want to fund corporate war in the Middle East. Whether, right? That is the toxic part. The people that want to fund the Republican war machine in the Middle East, okay? And those are people that are trying to tell you if you defund the Israeli war machine, you're being anti-Semitic. You are not, okay? Now, at the same time, if you are trying to defund the Israeli war machine like 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 and you're doing the happy merchant and you're using fucking anti-Semitic tropes and you're partnering with Tucker Carlson, you are being a little bit anti-Semitic, okay? I believe 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 is going overboard with her weird tropes and her fucking support of like Tucker Carlson, okay? But like there are shades of gray there, okay? So I want to defund the Israeli war machine, but I'm not going to partner with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, you know, because they're doing the weird Jewish cabal shit. And so like, I want to be sensible about this. Okay. I want to be able to look at the nuance of this shit. Okay. You know, now you ready? Hear me out on this though. If I was in Congress and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson were in Congress with me, and we were all voting on a bill to defund the Israeli war machine, I would vote with them in Congress. I would vote with my enemy in Congress to defund the Israeli war machine. Okay? But I will not form a political coalition of electing one of their weird Christian nationalist people into office. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. You know, right? I'd vote with them. I will vote with the other side in Congress to get legislation, but I am not going to campaign for the other side to represent me in office. Does that make sense? Okay? I hope that makes sense, because I think there's a difference voting with the other side to stop something. I would vote with the worst MAGA Republicans to end, corporate buying of real estate. Okay? I would vote with the worst MAGA Republicans in Congress to release the Epstein files. But I will not campaign for a fucking MAGA shitter who, just because they don't like the Israeli war machine. I'm not going to campaign for them out here and get more Christian nationalism. All right? I hope that makes sense, because I feel like we need to delineate some shit here. All right? Call me crazy, but that's where I stand. All right? Let's be clear. Yes, I know. I still am a negative on 𝗙𝗪𝗏. And here's why. Because 𝗙𝗪𝗏 supports Tucker Carlson. 𝗙𝗪𝗏 fucking thwarted all the Democrats in the campaign, okay, in the 2024 election. 𝗙𝗪𝗏 has been supporting more strict police. She's anti-trans. She's now talking about, I understand the good shit about homeschooling. Dude, she's jumping the shark all over the place. Okay, she is pushing right-wing shit under the guise of being a left-winger. So fuck her, all right? Fuck her and Cenk Uygur, all right? I still don't support them, all right? Dude, you want some Paula? All right. Let's go. Dude, yeah, no, I'm still very anti-𝗙𝗪𝗏. But guys, can we touch on something? Can we touch on something here that is really interesting? Now, you ready? I want to show you here though too. You ready with Brad Lander? You may have remembered Brad Lander. He stood up to ICE and he was running for mayor and he dropped out to support Zoran. And so there's a little coalition going on here. All right, there's a little, dude, we have a Kennedy who lost big in the Democratic Party. I think that's good too. Dude, fucking 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪 beat fucking the incumbent. This is good. Dude, a lot of big wins in New York City, boss. Big wins in New York City. I love it. Okay, now I want to show you something here, though, because I want to take a little detour. All right, let me because look at this. You ready? You want to see how weak Trump is right now, guys? You want to see how weak Trump is? I'm going to show you right now how weak Donald Trump is with this tweet. Okay? And this tweet, I feel like, is massive. All right? Look at it. He says, I love the wonderful state of South Carolina for every reason in the book, including the fact that it is loaded up with truly great people and political leaders. There are two highly respected candidates running to be your next governor in the June 23rd Republican runoff. Your current Lieutenant Governor, Pam Yvette, and your current Attorney General, Alan Wilson, both have had amazing careers and have been with me from the beginning. They are MAGA and America First all the way. These were the two that I was hoping would get into a runoff, and they did. I can't hurt one of them by endorsing the other. So therefore, I'm going to endorse both Pam Event and Alan Wilson. With either one, you can't go wrong. Vote Pam or Alan. They will not let you down. Okay? Now, why do I think this is such a huge show of Trump's weakness? Because he is more worried about his endorsement succeeding than he is about endorsing his guy. Okay? He endorsed Pam, and he did that to like fuck Nancy Mace. Okay? He was like fuck Nancy Mace, so he endorsed Pam in the first round. Okay? But now he's like, "Ooh, I like them both," because he just doesn't want to lose. He didn't want the Trump endorsement to lose. He is more concerned about saying the people I endorsed won than he is about like picking somebody who he actually endorses. All right? Now, this is really important, guys. This is a sign of like the fact that Trump is weak. Okay? Because if Trump, like, I love this on 2 counts. Because on the 1 count, I love that Trump just completely fucked Nancy and was going to guarantee that Nancy didn't win because Nancy's a loser and Nancy has no scruples and integrity. And Nancy was somebody who was like a Trump fighter, and she sold her soul for Trump and then protected him on Epstein, and he threw her right under the bus. And then after that, though, after Trump sank Nancy, he is like so concerned about his endorsement meaning something that he wouldn't pick one of the two because he probably saw a poll that said Alan was going to win, and he wanted to make sure he was on the winner's side either way. So now he's not even endorsing. He's just like, pick whomever. But now whoever won, he was going to be able to say, I endorse the winner. Dude, I think that's pretty big, guys. Okay? That is pretty big for Trump to be like, I'm not going to pick one because I don't know who's going to win, but I need to make sure that like whoever wins, I endorse the one who won. Right? Dude, that's not very Trump. Okay? Trump used to pick his guy. And now he's not picking his guy anymore. He's just like, okay, whoever you vote for, it's all good. Just pick somebody. Dude. Oh, shit. I think that's huge, bro. That is a sign of like how Trump's power has weakened. Right? He's playing both sides of the fence, man. You know what I mean? He is, dude. He's playing both sides of the fence. I don't think that's good for Trump. And dude, what the fuck is going on with True Social? Dude, I think Truth Social is fucking hacked. Something's going on with True Social. It's broken, dude. You see what else he said? Look at this, guys. Look at this fucking tweet. I mean, dude, he's on fire. The big oil companies are not dropping their price at the pump commensurate with sharply lower prices they're paying for oil. Those prices are dropping like a rock. In other words, customers are being gouged. Dude, he's talking about price gouging, guys. This is what Kamala Harris ran on. Donald Trump is now running on Kamala Harris's platform, dude. I've instructed the DOJ to start looking into this. Gasoline prices better start going down a lot faster than what I am seeing, dude. Dude, he's now blaming the price of gas on the oil companies. Okay, he is. He's not taking responsibility with the fact that he fucked up a lot of infrastructure and he blocked the strait and oil hasn't been getting out and supply is down and it's not, the prices aren't going to drop right away. But now he's like, oh, we're going to investigate the oil companies, right? And why is he doing this? Because they're going to get hammered in the election. Okay, so now Trump is anti-oil company. Oh, that sounds pretty communist. Right? I mean, think about this, guys. If Donald Trump is going to demand that the corporations like lower their prices, bro, that's communism, dude. Right? The president coming in and saying, hey, private companies, I'm going to start controlling your prices because we need to win an election. That's a little communist, guys. Isn't that funny? Because look at Trump, dude. Look at his other shit, bro. His website is broken, so I can't even fucking look at his website. I have to keep refreshing it. But look at this. America the Beautiful will never be a communist country. And then right underneath it, he says, dude, I'm going to force the oil companies to lower the gas prices after I started a war. Well, that's weird. Because, guys, this could be looked at as communist, right? The government demanding a certain oil price. I mean, we know why. We know he wants those gas prices down because he started a war and he's going to lose the election. And now a bunch of socialists are winning all over the country because he's fucking up. But he's actually kind of behaving in a more of a communist way, dude. When in fact, if you really were worried about gas prices, why'd you fucking start a war in Iran, dude? Oh, yeah, you started a war to help Benjamin Netanyahu because you don't want fucking Netanyahu to release the hidden Epstein tapes, right? Dude, what the fuck? Oh, shit, bro. Look at that, isn't it? Isn't that funny? He says he has Iran on the ropes, right? Dude, what a dink, dude. Oh, my God. This guy, what a fucking piece of shit, bro. Seriously, I'm tired of this guy, boss. Okay, I am. I am tired of fucking Trump, dude. I'm ready for the pine box. Yeah, well, dude, Trump doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know what communism is. I mean, let's be honest, guys. If Donald Trump had to define communism, he would be unable to do it. Okay? He would be unable to do it. He would. But, all right. Well, dude, we didn't get to the MLB shit. And so we're going to have to cover that tomorrow. I do want to look at that. I do want to look at the MLB stuff, more of the culture war stuff. But I felt like we had to give some solid time to Zoran Mamdani. All right. We do. But now I got to go make videos, guys. All right. I gotta make videos. Oh, dude, I really want to talk about this, but do we have time? What time is it? It's 1:13. I don't really have time, but we have to laugh at this though too. I feel like there's a bunch of family value shit we could call in about that. I think the Mamdani, the wins in New York they're big, dude. Okay, they're big. I feel like the writing is on the wall that the Democratic Party needs to stop like disallowing leftism. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like the leftism shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you know what? Guys, I'm going to cover the JD Vance thing. Hold on. Let me go grab a quick snack. Okay, I've got a little bit of the caffeine high here. I want to cover this tonight. I feel like this is a little important because it's so, all this family value shit. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave the music on for a minute. We're going to spend 10 minutes talking about that. All right, because it's pretty funny. All right, I'll be right back. Hang tight.
Because I might be tempted. Get me into these situations again because I might be tempted. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything but me. I wanna come again. I wanna be so high in your eyes. I wanna disappear inside you and be alright tonight. You say your medicine is all that I require, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. I would never disappear.
Dude, I made a sandwich. Yo. All right, let's go. Dude, I made a little sandwich. Dude. So, guys, with Trump endorsing 𝗵𝗡𝗄𝗃, okay? Think about this. Trump endorses 𝗵𝗡𝗄𝗃 in the primary and shatters Nancy Mace, okay? And then, on top of that, he doesn't endorse her. He doesn't endorse her in the runoff. He endorses both of them. Dude, how mad do you think Nancy Mace is? Bro, look at how bad. Look at this shit. Dude, look at what Nancy said. She said, "Welcome to the club. Feel free to copy my bio. Just got my ass kicked in the governor's race." Like, bro, isn't that funny? Dude, how mad? I mean, I know she's she's probably happy that 𝗵𝗡 lost, that Trump didn't endorse her. You know she's happy about that. And I'm sure she's like, you know, trying to focus on that. But she's also got to know that Trump endorsed 𝗵𝗡 just to make sure that Nancy Mace had no chance of getting into that runoff. Like, that is the ultimate, like, fuck you. I know, dude. These Christians are, like, so weird. Right? They're so weird. Fuck you, Nancy. She is absolutely bitter about it. Hold on, I want to see what the South Carolina. I want to see what the final tally was for 𝗵𝗡. Dude, she got crushed. Crushed. Absolutely crushed. Dude, I love ranked choice voting. Oh, dude, it's Aaron. Dude, that's my boy right there, dude. Danger Aaron. Dude, he is fucking... He was supposed to be Dick Strange. All right? Dude, let's look at... Dude, this is crazy too, boss. Jesus. See, look at this though, guys. In fucking Maryland, another huge AIPAC guy. 5 million from AIPAC in Maryland for this guy. So, right? So we still have, okay, like we still have some work to do, guys. All right, the fight over the Israeli war machine is not over. I don't like that AIPAC fucking like posts like this, okay? Right, where they give him $5 million and they say that he has made his clear vision to carry forward the strong pro-Israel legacy of 𝗙cie 𝗍𝗫. Right? The represented by pro-Israel leadership. Yeah, they gloat. Okay? They gloat. They do. AIPAC gloats. You know what I'm saying? They gloat and they fucking like, they make it seem like you have to be pro-Israel to be an American. And that shit is gross, dude. Dude, I'm fucking tired of that shit, boss. That really turned me against him as well. But let's do this. Let's watch this video while I'm going to eat my sandwich and we're going to watch the video of Trump failing, okay? Because this fence is yet another sign of how weak Trump is, guys. You ready? He's got to fence off the reflecting pool because he is so weak. Dude, Defeat. Defeat, guys. Dude, that is so funny to me. You know why they're doing this, right? Hold on. I'm going to have a Red Bull. Fuck it. But you know why they're doing this, guys? It's because of the New York Times article. They're doing this. They're not doing this to protect from vandals or whatever. They're doing this to cover the lie. Okay? It's covering the lie because Donald Trump mentioned about a 300-foot gash. Oh, it was cut with a box cutter and all that. And like, no, they're going to drain the water and they're going to fence it all off and hide it because they don't want people getting up there and taking close pictures and showing you exactly what went on with that shit, that it's all just peeling off everywhere because they didn't cure it right and because the mobster he gave the money to didn't know what the fuck he was doing because he was Trump's friend. And that's exactly why they're covering this shit up.
I'm Joe Galena with Call to Activism. I am live here at the reflecting pool made famous by Donald Trump. It's now a cesspool, but I'm here to prove that Donald Trump is actually lying. And today he repeated that lie, and he claims that a vandal put a slit inside the rubber somewhere within the reflecting pool. We've walked around every inch of this pool and can find no such slit. In fact, we even talked to some members of the Department of Interior who are on the other side of the pool, and they said they had no idea where the slit was. They weren't commenting. That's because there is no slit. So for anyone who actually doubts this, I invite you to come to the reflecting pool. And because here we can actually see the truth, because I trust my eyes and my ears and apparently my nose, because this pool actually stinks.
Right? But now they're fencing it off. And it's because of this, guys. It's because of the fucking New York Times piece that came out today. Where is it? Right here. New York Times. Look at this article. Trump blames vandals for reflecting pool problems. Internal records tell another story. The documents do not indicate that the peeling, blue coating, and algae blooms were caused intentionally. I mean, look at this. You don't see any fucking huge slit in there. Give me a break, dude. They're out there trying to fix the algae. Trump says the peeling, blue coating, and algae blooms that mar his $16.4 million renovation are the fault of vandals working with knives in the dark of night. But government documents obtained by the New York Times show that while National Park Service workers found 2 cuts in sections of foam between the pool's expansion joints, those were not directly related to the American flag blue coating that is now peeling. Okay, or to the algae that has turned the pool a bright shade of green. Even as the documents show workers were attempting to address deteriorating conditions, Trump admin officials were insisting publicly the pool was pristine. The pool had been drained, resealed, and refilled. 4 days later, Park Service workers discovered holes, cracks, and peeling caulking in parts of the pools, along with cuts in sections of the foam. The cause of the cuts were unclear. While a June 9th report by U.S. Park Police described the cuts as razor blade slashes, made along a 20-foot long selection of the foam. The admin is yet to present evidence supporting that assertion. Okay, the documents reviewed by the Time describe them as two 171-foot blade cuts, but did not address how they were made. By June 16th, workers had noticed that chunks of blue sealant were peeling and floating to the surface. The sealant was separate from the foam in the pool's expansion joints, which allow its concrete slabs to expand and contract. So the thing is, guys, is what it is it looks like there's foam, there's expansion joints, right? So the concrete slabs can expand and contract with, I guess, the heat, the weight of the water or whatever. And there's foam in the joints. So there are like cracks in those seams where the slabs come together. But like, dude, I don't think that was cut. That is probably just from the expansion and contraction of this huge fucking pond. All right. So it has nothing to do with the coating. Right? Dude, what a liar. And here also, this is important, okay? Neither the Interior Department nor the White House would provide charging documents, citations, or the names of people arrested. Okay? They did share the incident report, which said suspects were unknown. Okay, so they haven't even shared the information of the supposed vandals that they have arrested. Dude, he's lying. He's lying. All right. Fucking idiots, bro. Dude, yes. I thought that was something we should note because I believe Gavin Newsom tweeted about this. Okay, right there. Okay, you ready? Look at this. Look at Tim Burchett.
Wow. Congressman, do you think people should go to jail, though, for vandalizing the pool?
If you vandalize anything on federal grounds, you absolutely, positively should go to jail.
Do you think people have vandalized the pool? That's what the president's claiming, but he hasn't shown any evidence.
I think they probably are. Every time when people walk in, I've seen people walking in the pool and things like that. I just think that's wrong. They ought to treat it with respect and dignity, which I'm afraid we're just not being taught that. Kids today aren't being taught that. So,
dude, the only people that were walking in that pool were the ones working on the algae. But look at what Gavin Newsom tweeted, dude. He was like, "What about driving in it?" Dude, yeah. You think? See, if you look, guys, there's slabs on either side of this pool. Why? Because the pool goes at an angle. There's a seam in the middle that's filled with foam that allows those concrete slabs to expand and contract depending on the weight of the water, temperature, what have you. But look at that. They're driving vehicles. They took a whole motorcade and drove it in the middle of this pool. You think maybe that is why that foam in the middle started cracking? Because they drove a bunch of like 10,000-pound vehicles up and down those slabs? Like, hello? Why do you think that middle seam is cracking? Oh, because you're driving cars in the fucking pool. You idiots. Okay? Right? It absolutely did not help. Okay? Whatever was going on with the seam of this, because think about this, guys. There's foam that joins that seam and they drive down one side of the seam. Maybe that is what split the foam. The fact that they added 10,000 pounds, like 150,000 pounds of moving weight, right, vibrating on the concrete right next to that seam. Like idiots, bro. Idiots. There was no reason for them to drive on there other than being stupid and looking for some photo op. right? Right. Not related. Not related. I know concrete cracks, guys. It does. It cracks. Go look at your sidewalks. Okay? Concrete is porous. All right? It is. It is porous. It takes on water. It takes on, you know what I'm saying? It cracks. It is a rigid, and as the earth moves and the weight is thrust upon it and it gets pushed from various sides, this shit cracks. You probably have tree roots that are pressing up against this shit under there. I mean, come on, man. All right, the last thing, then I'm going to go try to hang out with Jenny for a little bit. All right, but we're going to spend a few minutes looking at this, guys. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. But absolutely, there's stress fractures. But let's look at this, guys. Okay, because like, what the fuck is this? All right, this is 𝗙cie. All right, and fucking dude, 𝗙cie and JD Vance at the little public library, whatever. Their fucking story time with the second lady. Dude, this is creepy. Okay, I know they have issues with like whatever drag time story hour, but guys, you cannot convince me that this is any weirder, any less weird. Okay, you know what I mean? I mean, I would honestly, I feel like I'd rather see a drag queen dressed nicely reading than these two freaks, because these people are so awkward. All right, watch this clip.
That's right. Today's special reader is my husband, Vice President of the United States, JD Vance. Thanks for joining us today, honey.
Of course. Good to see you.
Dude.
That's right. Today's special reader is my husband, Vice President of the United States, JD Vance. Thanks for joining us today, honey.
Of course. Good to see you.
Dude, what is that, bro? What the fuck is that? Of course. Good to see you. Like, yo, dude. And he gives her the knee pad. He leans in and gives her a little knee pat. Like, what the hell is that, dude? That is so bizarre. Now, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to process this because I'm wondering what this, because first off, I will give Jenny a knee pat when I'm being like condescending and stupid, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like when I am like memeing with Jenny about a condescension and that prototypical male like egg-headed way, if I'm being a douchebag and being condescending, I will use a knee pat as like an obvious sign of how stupid I am. Because you pat like dogs on the head. You pat small children on the head. Okay? And so, right? So if you're totally being a douche on purpose, I'll do a knee pat. Right? That I've done it. Because sometimes both of us, like Jenny will do a thing where Jenny's like, where she'll be like, oh, she gives me the moron voice. She does it really good. what am I doing right now? Oh, all right. Jenny will do the moron voice when she is memeing about what a stupid ass I am. Okay. And then sometimes I will do the condescension fucking memeing, but this is just weird, okay? It's very weird because I wondered, like, what is going on here? Are they so spun out on their like, ooh, you can't be sexual in any way, that like a loving embrace or a is out of the question? Or I mean, why did he even lean in? Did he even have to touch her? Couldn't he have just looked at her adoringly and been like, it's so good to be here, honey. I'm like so proud of the work you're doing and you're such a, you know what I mean? Like he didn't have to touch her. And so I was confused by this because I was like, is this about the fact that they're afraid to have any type of PDA? So he does the little hand tap because they're afraid if he hugs his wife, it's going to be too sexual. But, or is this what he actually does? It's so awkward.
That's right. Today's special reader is my husband, Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. Thanks for joining us today, honey.
Of course. Good to see you.
That's right. Today's special reader is my husband, Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance.
Dude, now I like what this person says. I have never in my life of reluctant heterosexuality had a man slap my knee like that. You can't convince me these people know each other's coffee orders, let alone have been intimate together. And now this was one of the things that people were wondering was like, whose baby is that? Right? Like, whose baby is that? Is that Elon's kid? Is that a surrogate? Does she have a somebody on the side? Because they don't seem very like, I don't know, they don't seem very connected. They don't seem very, and I mean, I've seen this with a lot of these people, okay? I have. I mean, we've definitely seen it with JD and 𝗙cie before. I mean, look at Trump and Melania. Like, oh my God, dude, there's no, like, that whole relationship is like so awkward to watch. It's like a train wreck, okay? You know, it is like it's just, please don't make me look at that. But man, dude, this is crazy shit, dude. So awkward. Dude, I love this. The sonogram, the baby. Oh, that is fucking amazing, dude. I have to save that. But look at this, though. You probably have never known the affection of the man. These are love pats. You're welcome. And look at what she said, though. What a great answer here, where she said, so Republicans hate gender neutrality, but y'all think the attaboy pat, the universal sign of platonic encouragement, is a marker of genuine affection in the marriage? And again, guys, that is a little bit of cognitive dissonance, right? Because they're so concerned about like this like male gender and female gender and everybody obeying the gender roles, but like, you know, treating a woman like you treat a pet is fine. Like he love taps his wife and he love taps his Cocker Spaniel with the exact same emotion. You think that's normal? I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I don't want to be like anti like pet, but I think the affection you show your wife and the affection you show a fucking Springer Spaniel should be two different levels of affection. Somebody should see you pat your Cocker Spaniel on the head, and somebody should see you touch your wife, and they should not look exactly the same. Okay? That I am 100% certain on that, guys. That, like, if you touch your dog and your wife with the same level of affection, something's wrong in that relationship. Okay? Now, we are aware that J.D. Vance is incredibly awkward, okay? J.D. is awkward, but let's see if we can find some clips of J.D. and 𝗙cie, okay? Let's see what we got here. Because they're, oh, so awkward. All right, let's see what we got here.
I mean, 𝗙cie just doesn't have a filter. It's one of the things I was immediately attracted to about her is that even if she was going to offend you, she was going to say exactly what was on her mind. I mean, 𝗙cie just doesn't have.
Dude, look at Dude, look at what the fuck, bro? Bro. Dude, this guy is a drag queen. Dude, right? You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, that he is literally a drag queen, boss. Look at him. He is like, it's like Ted Cruz in drag. Is he straight? Is he patting his wife on the knee because he's actually spending most of his time at Benny Johnson's house? Like, come on, bro. What the fuck is going on with the, like, dude, I've seen goth girls that have less, intense eyeliner than that. That is some crazy shit, bro.
Of course. Good to see you.
Dude.
That's right.
Dude, that's
the first part of the negotiation.
That is some crazy shit, bro. Dude. Dude, it's all just one clip. I'd like to see more on them, but I'm not finding it. That shit is weird, bro. Dude, let's see the face.
It's good to see you.
Oh, dude, she even kind of gave the pullback. Look.
It's good to see you.
Dude, do you see that? Did you see that? Watch her when he touches her knee. She gives the pullback. She's like, I think I see a cringe, dude. Look, you see? Look at that. Look at her. Look at that. You see that? You see that, don't you? Dude, she's cringing. I mean, she's maintaining the politician's wife smile, right? She's maintaining the biblical smile, but dude, she is definitely, and yes, she is pregnant. She is pregnant. We don't know whose baby that is, though. All right, we don't. We are not yet confirmed on whose baby that is. All right, that's where I get off, though, guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna go try and hang out a little bit with Jenny. I gotta go make some videos. Jenny's gonna try to not hang out because it's too late, but I'm gonna try to talk her into it. It is dance time. Dude, we love Jenny. Let's go. All right. It is time, baby. Let's go. Dude, yeah, he is so douchey. Dude, JD, so douchey. I just think those guys are weird. All right, let's go. Time to get it. We're going right into it, guys. Let's go, baby. Oh, no touchy. No touchy. Dude, JD's sleeping in the couch, boss. He's fucking sleeping. Homie's sleeping on the couch. Oh, yeah, baby. You ready? Let's get it. Time for a little deja vu. No touchy. No touchy, JD. No touchy.
this feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy, an notion that I will make it out somehow.
Let's go! All right. Yeah, baby! All right, guys. Dude, take care of yourselves. You're dancing along. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for fucking all the support. Take care of your head. I mean, we got a long way to go, guys. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Anything like I need you, it's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, stay radiant. Good night.
I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better,